Through this gate lies an emerald diamond deep in the heart of Texas. Weather perfect for short sleeves no matter how old the ball player. Sons and dads together with Father's Day weekend coming up. Double-A baseball live from the Lone Star State coming up next on the CBS Sports Network. Corpus Christi, known as the Texas Riviera, and you can see why. Also home for Whataburger Field, home field of the Corpus Christi Hooks, and tonight they take on the Frisco Rough Riders. It's our minor league game of the week here on the CBS Sports Network. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dick Gabriel, along with my partner Doug Flynn, former big league infielder, but tonight feeling the spirit of Texas.
You betcha. I'm in the land of plays my perfect kind of music. Two kinds, country and western.
Speaking of two, we're going to take a look at a couple of good players. Joey Gallo, who announced himself in a big way for Frisco.
You know, Dick, they called him up, and the first night that he's here, he hits a walk-off game-winning home run. They know he has tremendous power, so the next night, just to prove him right, he hit another home run.
Corpus Christi is excited about second baseman Nolan Fontana.
We watched him in college. He has continued to improve, become a great player, has a knack for getting on base, leads the league in sacrifices, on-base percentages, and walks.
It is a warm and windy night here in Corpus Christi. The third member of our broadcast crew is downstairs. Lauren Gardner, they tell us the warm weather is just now arriving in the coastal bend.
Well, gentlemen, it is hot, and more importantly, it is humid. The heat index is currently at 106 degrees, and it topped out a few hours earlier at batting practice at 111 degrees. Now, both clubs wore shorts and T-shirts that are made out of a poly blend instead of their uniforms during BP, and I spoke with both teams' trainers who told me that this is nothing new for both of these clubs, but this is the time of year where they put a lot of emphasis on staying hydrated from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed. Guys, you can see this breeze and this shade is welcomed. How are you coping with the heat up there?
Well, we're ready for some hot baseball action. That's all we can tell you. It's Double-A baseball tonight on the minor league baseball game of the week here on the CBS Sports Network. That is the Harbor Bridge spanning the port of Corpus Christi, fifth largest in the country, built in 1959 to accommodate Highway 181. That is the USS Lexington off in the distance, and this is Whataburger Field here in Corpus Christi. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner. It is a warm night, as Lauren told you. There you see the temperature, the heat index topping triple digits, and the wind right to left, 24 miles an hour. More steamy weather on the way. Here's the way Frisco will come to the plate tonight. Wheeler Rodriguez to lead things off, followed by Trevor Adams. 13 runs batted in his last 12 games. Doug told you about Joey Gallo. 23 home runs, leads all of professional baseball. They're going to be facing Jordan Jankowski for Corpus Christi, making his fourth straight start after coming over from the bullpen. Made his first start on April 25th against the same Frisco Rough Riders when 3 good innings, gave up just the 1 run. There's a good look at Jankowski, who has made the adjustment quite well. A career-high 7.1 innings Friday at Midland. Held the Rockhounds to 3 hits and just 1 walk. Struck out 7 in a 2-0 victory. Prior to that, 5 innings, 2-run baseball against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. That was back on May 31st. And again, just 1 walk in those 5 innings. So, Doug, you got to love the way he puts the ball over the plate.
Yeah, he does, and that's another thing that the hitters will be looking for, too. Knowing you got a guy around the plate, you can be very, very selective, but also you can be very, very aggressive as well.
Here's the way the Hooks will play defense tonight around the outfield. Ruben Sosa, Delino DeShields, the speedy center fielder, and Andrew Applin, and around the horn, Jonathan Meyer, Gio Meyer, Nolan Fontana, Telvin Nash at first base, Tyler Heineman behind the plate, all in defense of Jordan Jankowski. And I'm looking forward to seeing Delino DeShields playing defense, chasing down whatever he can for Mr. Jankowski. DeShields coming back from a horrible injury. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later on, but he is one of the fastest players in the system. They have high hopes for him.
Certainly comes from good pedigree. His dad, an outstanding player with Montreal, Los Angeles, several other teams. Stole a lot of bases in his career, close to 500. So he takes after his dad quite a bit. I tell you, it's amazing, though. We've seen pictures of when he got hit and how he was able to come back And to come back with no fear and to play like he's playing is remarkable.
And we will see that later as well. But right now we're going to watch Weider Rodriguez stand in. First pitch, and we're underway here in the Texas League. Double-A baseball. Minor league game of the week. A pair of ball clubs that feed into major league systems. Frisco feeding to the Texas Rangers. Rough Riders 28-36. And Corpus Christi feeds into the Houston Astros. Good off-speed pitch by Jankowski.
Well, an interesting story here at the plate in Weider Rodriguez, his 8th season in Double-A baseball now.
From Venezuela. Lines it into right, but Applin has to play it on one bounce and can't handle it. They're going to hold him at first base. So a single leading off for Rodriguez, originally drafted by Milwaukee back in 2008, trying to fight his way to the bigs.
14th year in professional baseball, which is absolutely amazing, and holds the record for having played the most minor league baseball games, well over 1,000, without ever making it to the big leagues.
Probably the most patient player in professional baseball, but they tell me he is like a coach on the field for the young guys. Still has the dream, but is a big help to the youngsters. Trevor Adams is one of them. Here's a good look at his numbers. A bad season going for the right-handed hitter with a 6 homers and 30 runs batted in. 9th in the Texas League in batting.
And this offense has come to life. Since May the 3rd, they are 2nd in all of minor league baseball in batting. In the first part of the year, they were really struggling, but as we talked earlier with Jason Wood, he says those April showers have brought some Mayflowers.
Adams, one of the reasons, activated off the DL back on the 5th of June. He was struggling with a hamstring pull. Then his very first came back, game-winning RBI. In fact, 13 runs batted in his last 12 games.
Well, we've had some great venues to play, to go visit. This is certainly up there with at the very top.
Another line drive, but Meyer plucks it out of the air and throws it away. Rodriguez this time will break for second. On the throwing error, a man in scoring position now for Frisco.
Boy, that looks so reminiscent of 1974. I think I had 30 errors and 25 of them were throwing errors.
And so in other words, your first baseman wasn't taller.
You know, it's just you feel like you can make every single play when you're out there, and you want to try to impress people with your range and your arm, so you do some things that as you grow older and mature you wouldn't necessarily do.
Just on the wrong side of the runner. That was what was unfortunate on the throw.
Yeah, you're right, and it was a play like that you'd like to see Nash maybe try to get off the bag. He was trying to hang on there as long as he could, but go get the ball.
So now the DH, Jake Smolinski. And he starts him off with a slow breaking ball. Smolinski from Rockford, Illinois. Free agent pickup in 2013. Has been named to the midseason All-Star team here in the Texas League. Has reached base in 22 straight games, longest in the Texas League this year. Streak started way back on April the 25th. Trying to bring a man in from second. That's hammered down the left field line. Sosa on the run. Rodriguez will return to second. 2 out.
Nice play. Looked like that ball was hooking down the line, but boy, Sosa showing some good closing speed that time to get over in the shade and make the play. The ball will carry pretty good to left field, but as we watched during batting practice, you had to kill it to get it out of right with the wind blowing in as it is.
Now the cleanup hitter, Tomas Telis. 5'8", 200 pounds. Well packed into that left-handed batter's box. Another Venezuelan. Non-drafted free agent signed on July 2nd of 2007.
Telis switch hitter and probably has more power from the left side, but boy, they say he's been on fire as of late.
And another Texas League All-Star for Frisco. In fact, 5 Rough Riders named to the All-Star team.
You will see a lot of meetings with minor league ball players now because they want to make sure they get it right. So the catcher will go out there a lot of times, usually given some direction from the bench to go out and talk to his pitcher.
Another breaking ball. Jankowski misses. the count to 2 balls, no strikes. Talise plays a lot as as the catcher, and he is a hard worker. Got his first day off yesterday since May the 14th. Batting average has struggled a bit in the last 6 games. Might have been getting a little tired. 6 for his last 25.
Staying with a steady diet of breaking balls right now. You can see with 2-0, probably guessing fastball. Got an off-speed pitch.
Big lead for Rodriguez at second. Fontana, easy play. And despite the error, Corpus Christi out of the inning. Frisco strands a man. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score here in Corpus Christi. Minor league game of the week on the CBS Sports Network. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first here in Corpus Christi. Here's the way the hooks will come to the plate. Led off by Delino DeShields Jr., the fastest player in the Astros system. And we mentioned Nolan Fontana batting in the 3-hole. He has reached in 44 of 47 games so far this year. They're going to face Edouard Cabrera, and just like Jankowski, Cabrera moving out of the bullpen and on to the starter's mound. Acquired off waivers from Colorado last year, making his 6th consecutive start. Took a 2nd consecutive loss Saturday against Midland when he gave up just 3 runs but 9 hits in 5 2/3. Last faced Corpus back on May the 10th as a reliever. Here's the way that Frisco will play defense. Across the outfield, Trevor Adams, Jake Skoll, Drew Robinson, and around the horn, Joey Gallo, Wilder Rodriguez, Odubel Herrera, and Ryan Rua at first. Tomas Talise behind the plate, all in defense of Edouard Cabrera.
And Edouard trying to get to that form that he had early in his career. Was out all last year. Had some left shoulder surgery, Dick. So he missed all of 2013.
Delino DeShields, as you mentioned, Doug, coming back from an horrific injury, hit in the face April the 25th, and you can see the damage. This is actually a picture that he tweeted, but he just wanted to make sure everybody knew it looks bad, not as bad as it looks.
Wow.
But he was going to be okay, and sure enough, in his first game back, not 1 but 2 home runs and back-to-back ABs, his first 2. So, yeah, he's back.
You know, we got a chance to see him play in our hometown a little bit. This kid's just a gamer, comes from good pedigree. His dad was an outstanding player, and I tell you, to bounce back from something like that,
oh, man.
You worry physically, but once you get that over with, then it's the mental part. And to be able to get back in that batter's box after being drilled as hard as he was, quite amazing story.
First round draft pick in 2010 and the 8th overall from Atlanta, Georgia. 5'9", 209. Little bit of a slump right now. 3 for his last 18. But has drawn 4 walks. 3 stolen bases, and as we said, they love the way he moves, and to that end, Joey Gallo at third base is crowding the plate in on the edge of the grass, looking perhaps for a bunt.
Well, it might be one of the biggest third basemen in baseball right there.
6'5". And also even with the bag is Ryan Rua at first base. Cabrera the long look, 1-1. Go downstairs to Lauren.
Well, guys, a little bit of follow-up with Cabrera. The Dominican Republic native is a big-time family man, and when he had 2 major league starts with the Colorado Rockies back in June of 2012, he was very disappointed that he wasn't able to get his family up in time. He can be seen, guys, in the dugouts before every single game, talking to his family and keeping up with them. I mean, that's a family guy. You got to commend that.
You do. You
Outstanding.
Really do. And he did indeed have a couple of appearances with the Rockies. Didn't quite go as well as he'd hoped, and then he had a shoulder injury that kept him out of baseball for 2013. And a good start as DeShields chases, and then looked like he was walking to the wrong dugout. It's been that kind of slump.
Yeah, you see he turns that ball over just a little bit on the outside part of the plate, and that's where he's living right now. So just a good pitch. Checks back with the umpire to make sure it was a strike. They had a good talk with Keith Bodie today and talking about Double-A baseball. What does it mean? What are you trying to do with these kids? And it was so good. Lauren and I both sat and chatted with him for a good while, and I think the one thing that he hopes they'll be able to do, as we see Sosa try to push a bunt down to first base, is to get the kids to learn how to compete. He said, you can watch the scoreboard and that will tell you how you're supposed to play the game. So just, I think he's absolutely right. Knowing how to compete and being able to is something that seems to be a lost art.
This is the place to learn it. Double-A baseball. Big league clubs are not afraid to promote from this level. That's going to be trouble. Sosa with speed, but nicely done by Tomas Telis. And there are 2 out.
Boy, showed some quickness from behind that dish. Gets out there quickly. Barehands the ball, makes a nice play down to first base. Quick feet. Everybody thinks defense is about having good hands. Well, that's part of it, but having good feet equally is important. Watch him come out, throw the mask off, does exactly what he's supposed to do by barehanding the ball. And he knows Sosa can run, barehands the ball, turns, picks up his target, makes a perfect throw to first base.
That play actually wasn't even as close as you might have thought it was. Good arm by Telis. Now Nolan Fontana, second-round draft pick out of the University of Florida back in 2012 on one of those outstanding Gator teams. Winter Garden, Florida native. Texas Leaguers just cannot keep him off base. In 47 games, he's been on 44 times. In his last 36 games, he's drawn 43 walks.
That is amazing.
And batted .288.
His on-base percentage is what blows me away, well over 400. Of course, you get 55 walks this time of the year. That'll do it for you.
But he can drive it too. Second in the league in doubles with 19. Two balls, 2 strikes. Cabrera struggles on the road, a 4.91 ERA away from Frisco.
Man, I feel like I'm at Disneyland. I'm looking around here and a big, beautiful bridge and water slides. And doesn't it give you that carnival atmosphere, kind of?
I thought you were going to say when you look at me, you think Goofy.
I was getting to that.
I had a feeling you were.
Got a pool out there where folks can come.
Water slide. Well, you
Yeah.
need that with Texas weather. 3-2 pitch. And what do you
There we
know?
go.
Fontana draws a walk. And incidentally, an enormous and impressive American flag hanging over the field in center. You're going to get a good look at the crane holding it up. They bring that out on special occasions such as opening day and a national telecast. And that's exactly why we appreciate the hospitality here in Corpus Christi.
Have they been awesome?
You can see there's a weight at the bottom holding that flag in place, and it is something to see.
Yeah, the wind, as they typically were telling us here, what, 20 to 25 miles an hour?
Coming right off the ocean. So now a man aboard for Meyer. Jonathan Meyer batting in a cleanup spot. And by the way, you're going to see the stands here early in the game. And it doesn't look like a very big crowd, but I can assure you there are a lot more people here, but a lot of folks have decided to stay under the overhangs until the sun lets up just a little bit. Meyer from Simi Valley, California, former third-round draft pick in '09. One ball, 1 strike. Meyer, a postseason All-Star last year in the Texas League. 6 runs batted in his last 2 games, thanks to a triple and a home run.
With a lot of off-speed pitches you see. Really doesn't give you one down the middle of the plate. Tries to hit the corners, move the ball in and out. Not overpowering.
Meyer, a .273 hitter against left-handers. Nursing a 2-game hitting streak. These two teams played last night. Home team broke up a scoreless tie in the 7th with 7 runs. Good pitch by Cabrera down and on the inside edge.
Boy, 2-1, a good pitcher's pitch. He's looking for a pitch he can extend those arms a little bit.
They've got Odubel Herrera at second base, pulled way over toward the bag. Big hole right side as Rua holds the runner. if Meyer can push it the other way. They play him to pull in the outfield as well. 2-2 pitch. Goes off speed and misses. 2 outs, full count. Fontana will be on the move.
Inside corner, back to the outside corner. These darn lefties, they don't have to throw hard to be good. You know, I mean, they have automatic movement on their ball.
Are you sure about that?
I'm
You said
positive.
that for years.
I would never play catch with a left-hander.
You're a right-handed hitter, too.
Well, thank you for at least giving me that. Look at that 3-2 off-speed pitch. But if
And
you
a
even
good one.
if you even go out and try to play catch with a left-hander, they're going to be cutting it and turning it over and trying to hit you in the kneecap or the shin. So I always picked a right-hander and never a pitcher to go warm up with.
At some point, you're going to have to tell me if you change your defensive strategy as a middle infielder with a lefty out.
Well, you try to, hopefully you got a guy that can put it in the location that he wants to, and you just adjust to where you think he's going to throw or where he's trying to throw.
There goes Fontana, and he'll round second and easily head for third on the base hit by Meyer. So the crowd excited with runners on the corners now, and a 3-game hitting streak for Meyer. 2 out, and a chance for Andrew Applin.
Looks like this time he comes back with a fastball right down Broadway.
But give Meyer credit for not yanking that ball and at least trying to go the other way.
Well, he did, because when you got a left-hander that's turning the ball over most of the time, if he rolls over with those hands, he's probably going to hit a ground ball. That time he didn't, stayed with it, drove it up the middle.
Now Andrew Applin, Suisun, California. You see 33 runs batted in. Snapped out of a nasty slump over the last few games. Cabrera trying to make sure he doesn't get too comfortable up there. He had been 2 for 37, but within the last 8 games, 9 of 29, he's driven in 3.
That's where your coaching really has to come in. When you got kids that have hit all their life, now all of a sudden they've stepped up a grade and they go into a few slumps. Is trying to coach them not to get discouraged. Good breaking ball.
Big bender by Cabrera. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's what Keith Bodie was talking about today. He said, we try to stay out of the way. It's about pleasing these fans and letting these kids mature and develop and utilize the talent the good Lord gave them.
Cabrera got off to a good start, a strikeout, a ground ball, but then a walk and a single here in the bottom of the first. Applin, a 5th-round draft pick in 2012 out of a pretty good baseball school, Arizona State. 6 foot 210. Big pitch coming up for Cabrera. Now really having trouble finding the plate.
Well, trying to keep it in on his hands. He didn't want to give him anything out over the plate. And don't be surprised if he doesn't come back with another breaking ball right here.
Cabrera has faced Corpus Christi twice this year, both as a reliever. Prior to last season, when he had the shoulder injury, ranked 9th among Rockies prospects by MLB.com.
There it was. Fastball in underneath his hands and back with a breaking ball. A lot of pitches this first inning. This will be his 25th coming up right now, so each hitter has run the count almost full each time.
Runners at the corners, 2 out. Two. Meyer trying to draw the throw, and he does. And now, outstanding play. Fontana in trouble. There's the tag.
That was done perfectly. Absolutely perfect.
So Corpus Christi tries some shenanigans. They don't pay off. No score after 1 inning. Minor League Baseball game of the week. Back in Corpus Christi, Texas, no score between Frisco and the homestanding Hooks, and we are proud and pleased to be joined by the mayor of Corpus Christi, Nelda Martinez. And Your Honor, I guess we call you. I've got to tell you, we have visited with a lot of important people in our travels over the last month and a half, but you're the first mayor we've had the opportunity to interview. Thanks for coming up.
Well, I'm honored to be here, Dick. Thank you for having us, and it's a really exciting night for Corpus Christi, Texas.
Tell us what the Corpus Christi Hooks mean to your community.
It's quality life. It's about the family. It's about leveraging our natural resources with our port and our beautiful ships that you see in the background in our bay. So this has been an exciting time. April 17th, 2005 was when we opened up here, and I will tell you it's been success ever since.
We are just so impressed with not only the hospitality, but we were talking about the view as we sit up here and you watch ships go by and you see people having fun on the slides. And, you know, it's really a family ballpark. You can come here and enjoy a lot of different things, not only the food, but you've got a place to go get wet. You got a Little League field behind the batter's eye. So it's really a ballpark for everyone, isn't it?
Yes, not only the water park, but then you have the swimming pool, then you have the games in the back, and then you have the moonwalk jump. But there's wonderful opportunity for family in all walks of life that come out here. And Corpus Christi is all about families and enjoying each other and making sure that we make the most out of this beautiful backdrop that we have with our natural resources.
That's what I was going to talk about, the fact that you've got the Harbor Bridge, which, you know, is a big part of this the community, the port, which is so important to the United States, not just your community. You've got the USS Lexington off in the distance. I mean, a little bit of everything with Corpus right before us.
That's true. I've had some other residents of top-tier cities in Texas say, you know, Nelda, we have our AA ball players and we go to their games, but I love coming to Corpus Christi. That's the most gorgeous backdrop, you know, the stadium here at Whataburger Field and our wonderful Hooks. I mean, it's just a delight to come out here and just relax and enjoy the ball game.
We were actually talking to the other team. They said they love to come here and play, that it's just such a nice venue.
Yeah, well, they also probably go out to our beaches.
Ah, good point.
Yeah, and they enjoy all the nice dining and the bay and the fishing and the hunting. So there's a lot of great things to do here in Corpus Christi.
Joey Gallo finds his way on, and now Ryan Rue will try to move him up with nobody out. You a baseball fan?
Oh, my gosh, yes. I tell you what, I'm always at the edge of my seat. There you are. We're going to get him. I have no worries.
Well, you are very confident, but it's runners at first and second now for Frisco. And nobody out. Texas League baseball has got to be a lot of fun because you do have the Springfield Cardinals up in Missouri, but basically teams from Texas going after each other.
And you know, that's what makes it fun. We have very intense competition, but in the end, there's so much friendship and mentoring, and they're always patting each other on the back when they do well, and especially if they get called up. You know, if they go out to the pros.
They root for each other.
They root for each other, and that just speaks well of the whole, let's just say, spirit of baseball and support.
I think that's why the minor leagues are still the best value for entertainment anywhere in the country, because when you come to the ballpark, there's a great sacrifice bunt right there.
Odubel Herrera moves the runners up, so one out. The mayor liked that execution, didn't he?
It's strategic. And, you know, just wait. Second and third, hold on.
Not insurmountable.
Well, you know, I think the big leagues could learn a good lesson, and some of the kids that make it to the big leagues, they kind of forget that team and that camaraderie and that going out together and hanging out together. And that's why, to me, minor league baseball is still so special.
You're exactly right. And I tell you what, Doug, it's also about the sportsmanship and having the bigger picture and respecting the game and respecting each other.
Amen.
Talking with the mayor of Corpus Christi, Nelda Martinez. And her favorite team is a little bit of trouble. Infield pulled in. Would you do that at this stage of the game? I guess you have to pull the infield in, runners at second and third, you know. But now an opportunity for Drew Robinson.
Yep, it's a sharp hit ball to second. They've got about halfway is what we used to call that. They're in on the corners, halfway up the middle.
One of the other things we've seen in our travels, and of course it's inherent in all of minor league baseball, is the fans really kind of enjoy learning the new players, you know, when they break camp. Who do we have coming our way this year? And then, of course, you feed into a Texas Major League team. That's got to be a lot of fun because you can keep an eye on these kids.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we have the Houston Astros that is the mothership and such a reputable organization, and we only have top-tier people that work with both the organizations, so it's just wonderful to have that affiliation, and we work well together, and frankly, it's nice to say that the Astros own us.
Astros do own this ball club. And there's gonna be a new bridge, I understand, a new harbor bridge at some point.
There is. All we're going to do is switch it over behind the right field, and it's going to go over the parking lot that's right behind us.
Ah.
And so we're going to open up. So next time we're here, actually in a few more years, and when you all come back, this is going to be all opened up, and you're going to even have a bigger view. You have a beautiful view of all the ships.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And all of the wonderful recreation. It's going to be, you're going to probably be able to see the fish coming out of the water.
Well, next time I'll be fishing then. I'm a fisherman. I love to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Doug played in Texas briefly. I lived in Texas for a couple of years, and we know how you Texans love your water parks, don't you?
we do. We
How
love
long
our
has
water.
How long has that been there, and how popular is that?
Well, this is 1 year, and then also we're going to, on the island, we have another jewel part of Corpus Christi, which is the island over Kennedy Causeway. We're going to have Schlitterbahn come here, and they're going to build their largest water park.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so it's really exciting.
All right, bases loaded after the walk. Now you've got to wonder, do you pull your infield in, go for the double play? What would you do,
I
Mayor?
would
You
s-
make executive decisions every day.
It's real clear to me what I would do. I would strike this guy out.
How
Well, that
about a
would be-
ground ball to one of your infielders for a double play? That way you get 2 for 1.
That would be a big help. but Jake Skoll's going to try to do
nickel
something
and dime
about
him,
it.
nickel and dime 'em.
There you go. Did you grow up as an Astro fan or a Ranger fan? Or?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, but primarily it was the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course now I'm leaning on the Astros since it's the affiliation with the
That's true.
Hooks. But
Well, they were in different leagues. You could pull for both back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got them both in the American League, which
Yeah.
I still can't get used to.
I was in Dallas for a few years, so I loved the Rangers. I used to play the dot game, and I was there with Nolan Ryan. And
Oh, man.
I was there at the game before he had a no-hitter.
Ah.
Oh, you got to know I was
You're-
thinking about that one.
You're too young to go back to when Doug played for the Rangers.
That's true. I was there briefly. Didn't last very long.
Bases loaded, 1 out for Jake Skoll, and a big chance here for Frisco in the top of the second.
There it is.
Double play
There
ball.
it is. There it is,
Fontana,
baby. There it is,
Meyer.
baby. You got it. Yeah, that's
Excellent
my
work.
Hooks. Woo!
Mayor, thank you so much for visiting with us.
Thank
It's a
you,
pleasure
Jay.
meeting you.
You bet.
Likewise.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Yeah,
We are
well,
having a blast.
We're happy to have you all here. God bless you.
Thank
Come to
you.
Corpus
You too.
Christi anytime.
We'll do it.
Thank you so much.
Defense pulls Corpus Christi out here in the second inning. Back with more on the CBS Sports Network. No score here in Corpus Christi, bottom of the second inning. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, and Lauren Gardner downstairs with a player who, well, let's just say that the Duck Dynasty folks have nothing on him.
Well, the Robertson brothers aren't the only ones in the game calling business, as Hooks left-handed reliever Pat Erkfitz owns his own game calling business. You're an entrepreneur of sorts. How did this get started, Pat?
Yeah, I just got started doing it for fun, just fiddling around with different calls, and came up with a few that sounded all right, so started selling them last year.
So you're a big hunter. You grew up in upstate New York, near Rochester, actually, and you've been hunting near Lake Ontario. How did this all come about? I mean, there are actual game calls out. What happened there?
Yeah, so when I was a little younger, maybe 5 years ago, I'd buy different game calls, different duck calls, switch out the parts and different ones, take parts from one, put in the other, and just mess around with the different combinations. And then I started just getting different reads and putting them in my calls and went from there.
That's great. You have a few here. Why don't we pull them out? What is this one?
Yeah, this is, I call it the Red Bandit. It's like a medium-sized, it's kind of loud, kind of soft. It's kind of versatile, yeah.
Okay, can we try it? Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah,
All right. So a flock of ducks isn't going to come flying in here, right?
I don't know.
So if anybody's interested in any of your calls, where can they find you?
Yeah, I have a website. Well, we sell them off www.beavercreekgamecalls.com. That's where we sell all the calls.
Okay, beavercreekgamecalls.com. And do you sit in the bullpen with these things, calling people?
I don't sit in the bullpen with these.
Okay, maybe I'll have them in the dugout. Thank you so much, Pat. And congratulations on your business. That's pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be great if a flock of ducks did come in just about now as we get a good look at Andrew Applin still at the plate for the second time in the innings, because he was at the plate at the end of the first when they threw out Nolan Fontana. Now a runner at first and nobody out, but you got to love the shameless plug. That's outstanding.
Well, I do. And when you're playing in the minor leagues, there's no guarantee you're going to make it to the big leagues. So to start your own business now at an early age, if you make it to the big leagues, then you can finance that business. If you don't, then you've already got it started. I love that.
There's Gio Meyer trying to advance Andrew Applin as Corpus Christi keep putting pressure on Edouard Cabrera. 2 men on in the first inning.
How about this? This guy's an entrepreneur. What I would do in the offseason is work as a produce man in a grocery store. Tell me who's really got it together.
Gio Meyer, his name is Giovanni. He goes by Gio from Pomona, California. Another first-round draft pick on this Corpus team. 21st player taken overall back in '09. I would imagine that when you called, you could get the rutabagas and cabbages to come.
It was a little different, but I needed some work and I needed some money, so I did it.
Meyer 7 for 17 in his last 5 games. Runner goes. Double clutch by Talise and an easy steal by Andrew Applin.
If he doesn't have to double clutch, he's going to get him, I think. Pitch was on the inside part, and the runner didn't really move, so I don't know if he just didn't get a good grip on it or just had to double clutch it. See, he goes on first movement right there, takes a look back to see if there's any contact. It's not.
Well, with that look back, you've got to wonder, was it indeed hit and run? But the pitch was up and in, and Meyer had no chance of making contact. But down on the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Cabrera jams him with a pitch that dives below the barrel.
Tell you what, he's got some good stuff, and he keeps moving the ball all over the plate. Got these hitters a little bit off stride right now, especially with the location.
Well, Lauren was talking about in her travels covering the Colorado Rockies back in 2012 when Cabrera made his debut. Earlier that year, he was pitching for Tulsa and was facing these same Corpus Christi hooks. Carried a perfect game into the 9th inning before yielding a single, so eventually made his way up to the bigs, and Rockies were high on him until he damaged his shoulder, and after surgery they let him get away.
Now a chance to open this game up a little offense. 7th stolen base for Applin.
Tyler Heineman trying to bring him around.
Boy, he loves working that fastball in under the hands. Little conversation there at the plate. Called it a ball. I can't imagine what he would be asking.
8th round pick in 2012 out of UCLA, that great Bruins team back then. Another switch hitter. Struggling in his last few games. 5 for his last 33. Rodriguez with a long throw. 2 out.
Steady at shortstop. After this many years, he's had a chance at AAA, but loves to be here. They say he's such a good influence on a lot of these younger players. And the key for him is to dominate the routine play, and that's what he does.
Now Rene Garcia swinging a hot bat, hits in 21 of his last 27. 3 homers, couple of doubles in that streak. He's driven in 7. Two down with a man in scoring position, and Garcia has struggled in that situation. Only 4 for 38 with runners in scoring position.
Hey, you sometimes wonder, is that an art? I mean, there's just some guys that are very good at hitting with runners in scoring position. They just thrive on that kind of pressure. Oh, good changeup.
Garcia taken in the 35th round by the Astros in 08, his 7th season in the minors.
You look at him turn that ball over. That is just absolutely perfect. You know, speaking of hitting with the runners in scoring position, last year the St. Louis Cardinals had a great year and hit like 340 with runners in scoring position. That
runner
is amazing.
goes. Talise with an easy play. And that'll do it for Corpus Christi. Applin had the base stolen, but Garcia just couldn't make contact. It's a scoreless duel here in South Texas. No score, top of the third inning here in Corpus Christi. The Hooks and the Rough Riders, Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn. Let's go back down to Lauren Gardner, who has a fan by her side who's very special. Lauren.
A very special fan indeed, Dick. Tammy Tucker. Tammy, you're known as a super fan, but I would say you're almost the Hooks' unofficial team mom. Now, you attended your first game in 2005, the Hooks' inaugural season, and you fell in love. What happened?
We were invited by our bank, and we sat up in one of the suites. And I mean, I just walked into the ballpark, and it was literally love at first sight. I mean, I just was hooked, literally. I mean, that's the best way to say it. I was hooked. I loved it.
And after that, you came home, and what did you have to say to your husband?
I kept trying to get him to go to more games, and he didn't want to. And so I started going by myself. And so I went to more and more, and then I was like, okay, Christmas. I want season tickets for Christmas. So now I get 70 days of Christmas every year. So
That sounds like a good plan. Very nice husband on your part. It looks like a base hit for Frisco. And called out at second. Now, Tammy, you discovered a new hobby as a Hooks fan. What is that?
photography. Yeah, I had a point and shoot camera and was taking a few pictures, and it kind of got blown out of proportion.
Now, in addition to taking the photos, you actually give CDs to the players. You have a whole season worth of photos for these guys. What else have you done for them? I heard there's some special things that you've done for these Hooks players.
Just recently found out that the players who don't have host families, they have apartments. There's nothing in the apartment, so I try to help them out however I can, bedding and set up their kitchen, whatever I can do to help.
It sounds like what my mom did for me when I went off to the dorms in college. Tammy,
Kids, so, I adopt them.
this is fantastic. Well, do you think maybe one day the team will give you a role as the unofficial team mom or the official team mom?
No, I wish. that would be nice.
Well, maybe one day we can hope. And Tammy, thank you so much for your time. And maybe you can give all of us here with the broadcast a DVD or CD of all of our pictures.
Sure, anytime.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you.
Hey, Lauren's out there working for us. I got to like that. But what a great story. And the team mom, the unofficial photographer and #1 fan here in Corpus Christi. And you just saw a play, Doug, that kind of encapsulates
Maybe at first.
baseball at this level. You've got a nonchalant throw that gets away and almost becomes an error, but you've got a right fielder who backs up the play.
That's what I was getting to, and a good play by the shortstop to get it on the short hop. But every time there's a ball hit, and I know this is what Keith Bodie is teaching his players, everyone has a place to go. That time, ball hit the left. You see the right fielder come over to back up the throw. Line shot, carried out. The right fielder was backing up the throw in case it got by the second baseman. It does, but a base hit to left, and you see a 9-6 put out. That's a little unusual.
Trevor Adams lines to short for the second time tonight. Something else that's a little unusual.
Yeah, he's hit 2 balls right on the button.
So now Jake Smolinski, after a pair of hard hit balls, Frisco has nothing to show for it. Wheeler Rodriguez was given a base hit on the ball that Ruben Sosa couldn't handle it. Now the pop fly. Delvin Nash battling the wind. 3 up, 3 down in a most unusual way here in the top of the third inning. Still scoreless in Corpus Christi. Back with more of the minor league game of the week on the CBS Sports Network. Back in Corpus Christi, Texas, where Frisco and the homestanding Hooks are battling through a scoreless tie. And what a great combination on a summer night. Baseball and the pool right here at the ballpark. In right center field. They didn't have that when you were playing ball.
They did not, and that's not a pool that belongs to the water park. That's a pool that's right here inside the stadium. Very nice.
Join us next Thursday, June 19th. We'll be in South Carolina, where the Kannapolis Intimidators, the White Sox affiliate, travel to Charleston to take on the River Dogs from the Yankees system. It's the minor league baseball game of the week, 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. So that's a Sally League game, Class A baseball. Fans getting into it here at Whataburger Field. Great look at the ballpark, the Harbor Bridge. Now those cranes off in the distance on the left-hand side of your screen are used to load and unload the ships that come into Port of Corpus Christi.
We did a little sightseeing today.
We did
Went over
indeed.
to the USS Lexington.
What a sight.
I tell you, when you sit there and look at that and the history and just start reading all of the plaques and pictures and things that are on the wall, boy, you just think, we're just sitting here playing a game of baseball because so many people made sacrifices for us. And we thank all of our friends in the military. Ball hammered.
Hammered by Telvin Nash, high and deep, and it's a 1-0 game.
That's what you call a big league home run right there. Wow. That's your number 9 hitter, too. I mean, every bit of that one he got. We hear that term used a lot, but I'll promise you, that ball was smoked.
Fell high.
Oh. See if he knows it. Man, is that a pretty swing. Oh, I think I got that one. You can always tell they'll take those first couple of steps towards the first base dugout instead of down towards first base bag.
Nash, 23 years old, out of Bellevue, Florida, and a 1-0 lead for the home team. Now the leadoff man to Shields off the end of the bat. Drew Robinson. 1 out. Well, we thought we'd see some home runs today when we stepped outside and felt the wind, but the wind is basically blowing across the field right to left. That was a no-doubter on Nash.
No, that was a bomb. I see a sign out there that says 532 feet, and I'm thinking, really?
Of course, that's on the water slide.
But if you hit it,
You catch it just right.
if you get it just right,
They probably
you win a free
give you
ticket to the water slide.
Free trip down the water slide. That'd be great. Ruben Sosa grounded in front of the plate his last. Played his college ball at Oklahoma City University, 23rd round pick in 2011. Came up earlier this season from Lancaster in the California League. 14 steals and 17 attempts.
We saw a little bit of his closing speed on a ball hit down the left field line earlier in the game. And he made the play look very easy.
Played for the Jethawks before coming to the Hooks, and now we may get a chance to see him run some more. You know, we talked to the mayor about the fact that the Corpus Christi team became part of the Astros organization and then was purchased by the Astros. And one of the things, we've talked about this in some of our other stops. Here's a good look at
Keith,
a guy you know pretty well.
Keith Bodie, we both came up through, he came up through the Mets organization, and it was a Met fan from Brooklyn. And he said, I remember you. I was a young kid in the minor leagues when you came. But actually, he came up in 74, and I was traded over in 75, or 77. We're close to the same age. But what a great teacher and student of the game. 40 years in baseball now. That is absolutely amazing.
Well, you saw his right fielder backing up that play and throwing a runner out, so that had to make him feel good.
Well, I know he's a good fundamental teacher, and we saw that when Appling came over all the way from right field to back that play up. But I asked him, I said, how are you enjoying this? He said, you know, what could be better? I'm doing something I love. I have my family here, and I have no complaints. And these players are very fortunate that they can play for a guy that knows the game so well. And that's on both sides of the ball here tonight.
Nolan Fontana plunked and reaches base again. He's awfully good at that. So now a big chance here with only 1 out. A run in, bottom of the third, as Talise flashes defensive signals.
I mean, his on-base percentage is getting close to
Remarkable.
450, so we're talking about 1 every 2 times he's getting on base. That's amazing.
So now a big chance for Jonathan Myers. Single to center his last time up. Cabrera yet to pitch a clean inning. But he finds that inside edge once again. Meyer chosen in the 3rd round of the supplemental draft. He was a supplemental pick in 09. Base hits now in 10 of his last 13 games. And a balk as Cabrera tried to step through And you could hear the Twitter in the crowd. They saw the balk as well. And Cabrera just didn't do things properly. Take another look.
Well, he raises his leg, and yeah.
There it is.
You know, they've let him get away with that pretty much.
But you've got to step straight through to the bag.
At that time, you know, he went up, and when he hesitated,
Yep.
put all that weight.
So there goes the chance for the double play for Frisco. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Meyer. There's 1 out. This is with the breaking ball. Meyer last year, we mentioned a postseason all-star with Corpus. Led the team in at-bats and hits, games. Good pitch by Cabrera, a pitch he needed.
Yeah, that's been his best pitch so far. When he get the fastball in under the hands and then throw that changeup. And he's got an outstanding changeup. But getting ahead in the count has been his biggest issue.
Meyer last year named the Hooks Defender of the Year. Got it done with the bat and the glove. One-two pitch.
He'll try to go back outside. Throwing a lot of pitches tonight in this game.
On a warm night. Meyer a 308 average with runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-2. That's going to stay in the infield. Herrera holds everybody in check. And a huge out for Frisco.
Yeah, he threw another changeup, hit it off the end of the bat. And if you hit it to right field, if you don't really hit it good, it's not going to go anywhere. We saw that time that Herrera started to break back on the ball and then realized it's not going to go anywhere. We can feel the wind up here in the booth starting to blow in towards us. So hitting it out to right field tonight, you're going to have to be a big man.
Now Andrew Applin trying to keep the inning alive for Corpus, which has a run in and a 1-0 lead. But runners at second and third and 2 out now. There's another off-speed pitch.
That almost looked like a slider that didn't break, sort of a backup slider. Just sort of hung there a little bit. Around the inside part of the plate, but the defensive play that Applin made a few minutes ago showed me this is a very heady ball player.
Second in the league in walks with 39.
Now, who possibly could have more walks than him?
Well, perhaps his teammate.
How about that? We bragged about him all night. And of course, on base, he's been on twice so far, but they've had a little trouble getting him in.
In fact, Fontana's at second. One pitch from Cabrera.
Boy, when in doubt, go to the one that you brung to the dance, baby, and that's that changeup.
Boy, you see it dive below the barrel.
You could see guys out in front of it. I mean, he missed that ball a good 4 inches probably.
Really overstriding.
Yep.
Applin drew a walk his last time up. Got him up to 40 on the year. That's going to score at least one. They're going to hold the runner at third. Now a play at second, perhaps. Here he comes again. And Talise tags out yet another runner. And so Frisco executes on defense and manages to hold Corpus Christi to just 1 run on the play. Add that to the big fly by Telvin Nash, and it's a 2-0 game here in Corpus Christi, Texas on the CBS Sports Network. Back in Corpus Christi, Texas, sun going down, temperatures cooling off. It's a great night at the ballpark. Dick Gabriel Doug Flynn and Lauren Gardner downstairs at Whataburger Field. And what have you found at Whataburger?
Well, guys, I have been wandering around. Now, this ballpark was built on the site of an old cotton mill, so you can see the original cotton presses that frame the new scoreboard over in right field. Those date back to the 1920s, and those cotton presses aren't the only things that will catch your eye out there in the outfield. There's a sidewalk that circles the entire ballpark, and for fans to enjoy, there's a playground, a basketball court, an entire Little League baseball field back there. A nice little grassy knoll for picnics out in right center. And get this, we were talking about all the heat earlier today. There's a private party area complete with a swimming pool. So I think you know where I'm going to be going here later in this game.
Well, she kept talking about wanting to swim in the ocean, so she's just going to have to get in a swim before we leave. Tomas Talis trying to bunt his way on, and now let's chat with Alan Rowan, who's the Astros Assistant Director of Player Development here in the booth. And thanks for joining us, and it's great being here in Corpus.
Oh, it's wonderful. This is a great venue for minor league baseball.
Tell me a little bit about what you see on this young ball club.
This is a great club. A lot of good young talent, probably the youngest offensive team in the league, and a lot of good young starting pitching here as well.
We've been kind of keeping up a little bit with some of the draft that's been going on. And, of course, we've got a little connection with one of the players that you've picked up recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mr. Gabriel got a chance to watch him for 3 years in college baseball.
So did you.
And I did, too.
We're
one
at
A.J. Reed.
So A.J. Reed, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the first round, though. You went for a young pitcher.
Yes, sir. Left-handed senior starter out of San Diego, Brady Aiken. Great kid. Captain All-American kind of guy, and really looking forward to getting him in our system.
And sometimes you wonder about drafting a young man out of high school, but what did he show you that told you he was ready?
Oh, man, this guy's pitched on every level, high school with Team USA. Great mechanics, great makeup, great family, just the total package. Checks every box.
Lefties, Doug.
I know. And A.J. Reed, is he going to be a pitcher or is he going to be an everyday player?
Man, I think he's going to be an everyday player from what I hear. He's got big-time power, led the NCAA in home runs. So.
You can take that to the bank. We've seen that. That's right.
And already an All-American and the opportunity to win the Golden Spikes and the Dick Hauser. But, yeah, we were out of Lexington, so we've had a chance to watch him matriculate. But tell us a little bit about what you do as part of the Astros organization.
Yeah, so myself and Quentin McCracken, our farm director, oversee all of our minor league operations from AAA on down to the Dominican Summer League. And we got about 250 players, another 50 or 60 staff members, and we make it all happen.
Wow.
Doug and I have gone across the country and talked to a lot of different people about their approach. Clearly, you guys believe in your minor league system, not just writing big checks for free agents. There's a place for that, but.
Absolutely. We're a team that likes to develop and draft and develop our own guys. And there's something to be said. There's loyalty. There's you get to know who the guys are, and you get to know who the guys are going to be at the big league level.
Okay, how did you hire this guy right here is what I want to know.
Tom Lawless.
One Tom Lawless. I mean, I thought you were trying to win. What are you doing getting this guy?
Tom Lawless, a great man. Infield instructor for us right now. Pinch hit for us as the AAA manager this year, and he's a great guy.
They don't come any better than him. And
no.
You know, I noticed when you got guys like him and Keith and others throughout the system, you know, it's obvious that you're making a big move now.
Absolutely. We have a great mix of staff in our system of kind of older seasoned veterans at the upper levels and great young staff members across the minor leagues and the lower levels. And we got great staff, great guys, and things are going in the right direction.
Great pitch by Jankowski. Gets Talis to chase.
Oh, yeah, just threw the ball in the outside part of the plate. Looked like he took a little bit off of it. There's a great command of his pitches tonight. Not overpowering, but you don't have to be overpowering. This ball smoked pretty good.
Hammered by Joey Gallo.
I tell you, this kid has got unbelievable power, which you know about.
Big time power. Big time power.
I was watching him hit and talking to some of the coaches around batting practice, and they said, you know, he hits the ball and it just continues to carry, and it's got a different sound off his bat than most hitters.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see this ballpark plays tough for left-handed hitters with the wind blowing from first to third, and he just cut that right through the wind right there.
And got a pitch he could drive up and out over the plate. 24 home runs on the year. That leads all of professional baseball. Just clears the batter's eye. Otherwise, it's a long double. But now it's a 2-1 game. Talking with Alan Rowan, the Astros Assistant Director of Player Development. Pretty handy to have Corpus right here now. You guys own this team, and more teams are doing that. They're keeping their minor league clubs closer to home.
Absolutely. It's great to have this club in our backyard. South Texas is a great place for minor league baseball. A lot of baseball played down here. The weather's great for year-round baseball, and it's just a great facility.
Baseball, Astros, American League. I'm not getting that.
Hey, man.
Have I lost something?
We're the hottest team in baseball right now. I've been watching. We're running up the ranks right now. We're playing well, and a lot of it's the product of our system. Guys like John Singleton and George Springer, former Hooks, guys that we've developed in our own system. They're in the big league level and making hay.
One of the things I respect the most about the Astros system is the fact that you guys preach winning at all levels. Some ball clubs, and I'm not here to judge, but on the minor league levels, they want to develop players. If you win, you win. If you don't, see you next year. Right. You guys want your players to learn how to win. Talk a little bit about why you believe that's important.
Sure.
Seems like an obvious question, but.
Right, absolutely. No, there's the great debate, developing or winning, and we believe in both. One spurns the other one. They kind of snowball in each other. Definitely the message is develop players to the big leaguers, major league talent, developing them, but winning is part of it as well.
And you see some of the players who have come through here, and you got to like those names.
Altuve, man, that was a guy that I've had since I started here. Seen him as a little guy growing all the way up, and now he's an all-star.
Isn't he a great story?
It's fun guy to have on the team.
How tall is he really?
I think he's about 5'6".
Is he really 5'? Okay.
Sure.
That's amazing. I mean, that's the beauty of our game is that you don't have to be a monster. I mean, you can take a guy like Gallo who's 6'5" and 240, and then you can take a guy like Altuve. He's a little second baseman and could just play, and I mean, he's a kind that gives hope to anybody that's playing Little League Baseball right now.
I know you hated to lose Hunter Pence, but that was a guy you could eyeball him. I watched him play his first pro game, and you looked at him and you thought, yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Absolutely. The guy was an impact player when he came up to Houston. It was tough to see him go, but look at the return we got from that trade, with Singleton and Zide, Domingo Santana, some big names that all came across in that trade.
Just had another one move up here off of this ball club, right?
Yeah, Preston Tucker.
That's right.
He got promoted last night up to AAA. Guy was leading the Texas League in home runs, and young man put on a show at our Futures game in Houston the other night. Hit a ball about 460 feet in the upper tank. So it was fun game for all of us to watch, and I think that earned him a little bit of a promotion.
Doug and I got to see him play in college. So you've got an interesting mix of foreign players. You've got some high school guys, and you've got guys from not only the obvious programs like Arizona State and Florida, but some of the small colleges.
That's right. Our analytics department, our scouts, they do a great job of scouring the NAIA schools, the D2 schools, and we find them. If they can play, we want them in our system. All makes, all shapes, all models. If they can play, we want them.
Here's another obvious question. How much has the internet helped you now?
The internet's a great tool. There's no doubt about it. We can get strength of schedule off of there. We can get where guys' stats are playing. There's great resources on the internet, and our analytics department pulls all that information together for us.
Pop-up's going to do it. And we'll take a look at Gallo's big fly. Alan, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great to visit with you. Thank you so much.
Best of luck, Alan. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Frisco cuts the deficit in half on the blast by Gallo. Back with more from Corpus Christi in just a minute on the CBS Sports Network. Tomorrow's conversations start tonight. Get the latest word in sports on Leadoff tonight at midnight Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner. There's a look at Port of Corpus Christi, fifth busiest port in the country, just beyond Whataburger Field, which is where you're watching action from the Texas League as the sun goes down here in South Texas. Gorgeous night for baseball.
Oh, man. Last night
game
as well.
Good ball game here, 2-1.
Took in some of their local cuisine last night.
Goodness. We recommend highly Snoopy's. Thanks to one of our crew members who knew it well. I get a thumbs up on Snoopy's? There you go. The guys here in the booth with us, they know it well.
Attaboy, Tom.
Gio Meyer struck out his last time up. And kind of an oddity, 2 out of the 3 innings that Corpus, well, there's a hard hit ball straight away.
Watch this ball carried, and then the wind kind of takes it.
Knocks it down for Jake Skoll.
Ball hit really good. In the gap, it'll go, but center field, you're going to really have to hit it.
2 of the 3 innings leading into the 4th, the last man up for Corpus has had a base hit. But then the Hooks have run themselves out of innings a couple times. Tyler Heineman bounced to short his last time up.
We saw a couple of pretty good arms last time on that play, too. Saw the catcher. We know Talise has a good arm. But, boy, I tell you what, that's guys came up throwing. We've seen some good execution, and we've seen some not so good, and that's kind of minor league baseball. Of course, if you watch television, watch big league baseball, that's just become baseball, I think.
Heineman 5'11", 205. 23 years old, out of Pacific Palisades, California. Last year, the top defensive catcher in the California League.
Wow.
Cabrera gets him to chase. For just the second time, he retires the first too many faces.
You know, there's times where he looks like he's getting a little trouble and his command is not that good. Then he comes back 1 inning and he's got perfect command. If he gets ahead of you, he's got an outstanding changeup.
3rd strikeout of the night for the Rough Riders left-hander. Here's a good look at his pitch count. Missed more than he'd like. Missed again. Rene Garcia grounded in front of the plate his last time up. Vega Alta, Puerto Rico. Base hits in 21 of his last 27 games.
Another changeup. I'll tell you, when in doubt, he goes to that. Guys aren't looking for it as of yet. Last inning, when he had his changeup working really good, tried to sneak a fastball by Applin, and that's when he hit the base hit out to right field. Robinson made the good strong throw into home. Let's see if he's going to mess with that fastball or come back with a changeup this time.
2-2 pitch.
And it's the chain.
Cabrera keeps racking up pitches. No action yet in the Frisco bullpen. Another full count and another walk. 4th of the night. Cabrera has not yet had a 1-2-3 inning. He's 1 strike away. And now the man with the big bat, Telvin Nash, crushed one to left his last time up. Take another look at this big blast.
Fastball belt high, and there is no doubt about it.
Broke the scoreless tie. First of 2 runs put up by Corpus in the bottom of the 3rd. Didn't get cheated on that swing either.
No, he got another good pitch to hit, too. Boy, good size, 6'2", 238. What's the kind of first baseman you like to throw to?
1 on, 2 out. Nash up to 6 home runs on the year. Now driven in 11, trying to get that average up over the 200 mark.
Well, if he throws him anything but an off-speed pitch, might have to have a little conference.
Cabrera well ahead in the count. Try to get him to chase a fastball down and away. You didn't mind that fastball.
Well, I'm not so sure it was a fastball. It's hard to tell now. He's
that's true.
You know, he's mixing it in pretty good, and he missed. If you're going to miss, though, that's the place to do. And most of the time when he hasn't thrown it for a strike, he's missed down in the zone and down out of the strike zone.
Hammered again by Nash.
Didn't quite
Trevor
get it.
Adams, though, knew he had a beat on it as soon as he saw it come off the bat. Crowd liked it, but Corpus strands another runner. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Home team leads it 2-1. Minor League Baseball game of the week. Back in Corpus Christi, where the Hooks lead the Rough Riders of Frisco 2-1. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn. Lauren Gardner downstairs. She's done a little shopping again. Lauren, what do you got? Hello, Lauren.
All right, guys. Well, I'm up in left field, and, you know, I've wandered around the ballpark, and I just paid a visit to a place by the name of Hook, Line, and Sinker. And no, that's not a bait and tackle shop. That's actually the apparel and merchandise store for Whataburger Stadium. I'm here with Daniel Sanchez, the manager. Daniel, show us what you have here. You have some cool hats.
I do. These are actually our home fitted cap and our road fitted caps. They're amongst our best sellers year to year after year. They just sell really well, and
They fly off the shelves.
they do. Fans embrace them as well as our other merchandise. But these are amongst our.
I love these caps, and if there's a collection to have out there, it is a minor league ball cap. And I'm here with Brandon. You're in town from Hidalgo, Texas. How are you doing, buddy?
Good.
Playing in a tournament, and you know what? There's a very special holiday around the corner. Do you know what holiday that is?
Father's Day.
Father's Day. You're here with your dad. How about I give you a couple of these so you don't have to go shopping on Father's Day? How does that sound?
Good.
All right, here you go, buddy. Which one? You want that one? Okay, what do you have to say to Dad?
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, buddy.
Father's Day. Isn't that sweet, guys?
Yeah.
It's great. Can you get me one for my dad?
I can only hope my kids are watching. Thanks, Lauren. And, of course, for more Corpus Christi Hooks gear and all things minor league baseball, please visit MILBstore.com. And Lauren is absolutely right. There are a lot of collectors out there. Doug and I know some collectors. And a good look at another strikeout by Jankowski.
Boy, just a
but
good fastball. He
Yep.
flew right by him there. Man, they got
Great
some
gear.
cool-looking hats in the minor
great
leagues,
gear
don't
at
they?
MILBstore.com. Got on there the other day myself. And just we've talked about the great nicknames, and you know the Hooks. You wonder, well, think about the fishing that goes on
Yeah.
in this area. You know, and we had some great shrimp last night, some crab. You know, and the Rough Riders. Everybody knows about the history of that nickname. This skull stands in. We were talking about the history we learned about today on the Lexington. Rough Riders. The American Press actually came up with that name for the 1st U.S. Volunteer Cavalry Regiment during the Spanish-American War. And, of course, that was headed up by Teddy Roosevelt.
I know what your next question is going to be. No, I don't remember. I know you're going to. I had to read about them just like you.
If you say so. I was told you shook Teddy Roosevelt's hand. Ouch.
Yep. Good job by the umpire.
Yep. Clay Park walks the baseball out.
Give him a little time.
Give Tyler Heineman a chance to recover from that masked scrambling foul ball.
I tell you, those guys take a beating back there.
But they love it.
Oh, yeah. Ramon Hernandez. Speaking of our umpires, we have Brett Terry at first and Ramon Hernandez at third. These guys come out every night. Some of them live in their car. And there's a good look right there. Third base, Ramon Hernandez.
By live in your car, you mean they've got to drive a long distance to get from game to game.
You betcha. And they've got their clothes hung up and they share expenses.
Another strikeout. Skull frustrated.
Not only that, it looks like Jankowski's turned it up a little bit.
So now 2 outs for the top of the order. Wilder Rodriguez, a pair of base hits tonight. Thrown out on the base pass back in the 3rd inning. There's the young man who's got it going, Jankowski. Crowd has filled in the seats nicely here at Whataburger Field. Mentioned earlier that the stands were half empty because of the heat. They moved out from under the canopy and
boy, have a night.
Sharply hit ball. 3 for 3 for the veteran.
Does a good job inside out, that ball right up the middle. I can see why they like having him around. Not only is he helping swinging the bat and helping offensively, but providing a little leadership for these young kids that are trying to find out what is the missing ingredient to get me to the next level.
Fans in the seats in the pool on one of 2 berms, one in left and one in right center. And there's a playground as well in left center. I suspect we'll find Lauren over there at some point, waiting her turn to go on the big slide.
Have we seen her around any food yet?
I have a feeling that's on the way. Trevor Adams. Easy play for Jonathan Meyer. And Frisco strands a runner. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Corpus Christi leads it 2-1 here in the Texas League on the minor league game of the week. Back in Corpus Christi, Texas, Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner, and there's a good look at the signal caller for Frisco, Jason Wood. He may have a decision to make as Cabrera racks up the pitchers.
You know, he might, but I think his career is so interesting. He went 7 years in the minor leagues, came up to the big leagues for a cup of coffee, went 7 more years back in the minor leagues, get called up at the age of 36 in the September call-up, and then at the age of 37, spends 1 full season in the big leagues, and now devoting his time here. Big Dave Concepcion fan, said he grew up loving Davey and the way he played, even though he's from California. And him being an infielder, watching Dave Concepcion's not a bad one to pattern your game after. But
absolutely,
boy, now he's here trying to relay all that knowledge to these youngsters. And just a gentleman.
And his first year as manager of the Rough Riders, a product of Fresno State, originally drafted by Oakland in the 11th round. Jason Wood also played in the Tigers and Marlins organizations. Pitching coach is Jeff Andrews, hitting coach Jason Hart. Delano DeShields dancing out of the way.
Good to see Jason Hart back out there on that field. 10 years ago, I saw him at the baseball assistants team dinner where he was there, had a little brain tumor, and he's 10 years clear and doing well, raising a kid. His little baby at that time is now almost 10 years old, so go get him, Jace. And he's a big hoss, too, buddy.
Battling the wind, Ryan Rua makes the play. Let's go downstairs to Lauren.
Well, you guys just talked about the great career of manager Jason Wood for Frisco. And it was great, Doug, in visiting with him during batting practice. He really had some great wisdom to impart not only on us, but his players. And he said, there's nowhere else I would rather be coaching than at this level, because I learned so much about perseverance and persistence throughout my career. And that's exactly what I want to show to these guys.
Outstanding. Boy, it was great to be around too, Lauren, as you and I saw. Just said, whatever you need, come over here. I'll take care of you. The ground out right there. Boy, we're seeing like it's the good, bad, and the ugly with Cabrera. He either has a really good inning or, but this inning.
Once again, he's retired the first 2 batters. Did that in the first, did in the fourth. He walked the first man in the second and retired 3 straight, but roughed up in the third for 2. Which is why Corpus leads at 2-1 right now. He's not been able to keep this young man off the bases, but who can? Nolan Fontana has reached in 45 of his last 48. Total of 44 walks on the year already. Hit by a pitch his last time up. Second round pick in 2012. Doug mentioned his outstanding career. Fontana, a former Florida Gator, first Florida shortstop named All SEC 3 years in a row, and as a freshman won a college Gold Glove.
I tell you, when you make the transition from short to second, it's a lot easier than making it from second to short.
1-2 pitch. You know what's incredible is Fontana in his minor league career, 222 walks, only 204 strikeouts.
That's amazing.
Cabrera 1 pitch away again. And there it is. 3 up, 3 down for the first time tonight for the Rough Riders left-hander. And we'll go to the 6th. Hooks 2, Rough Riders 1. Minor league game of the week on the CBS Sports Network. A warm, breezy South Texas night here in Corpus Christi. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner. Glad to have you along on the minor league game of the week here on CBS Sports Network. Lots of action in this game, but not a lot of runs scored thus far, but it's a good one. 2-1. Hooks lead it as Jake Smolinski stands in. 0 for 2 tonight, couple of fly balls. Not a bad bunt, but one out. A little too close to the pitcher.
Yeah, got to make that third baseman. He squared around good, but bat angle wasn't quite good enough to get to the third baseman.
So the DH goes down. Now the catcher, Tomas Talise, 0 for 2 tonight, but a busy man defensively.
Yeah, he's shown some really quick feet and good behind the plate. Had a couple of strikeouts where he's blocked balls in the dirt and able to throw the runners out. A couple of balls hit between the mound and home plate that he's been able to get out to. Shown just, you know, some good athletic ability behind the dish.
There's lucky number 13, and lucky enough to punch a base hit through the right side. Fourth hit of the game for Frisco. First for Talise. Now the big bat, Joey Gallo.
Yeah, and Jason Hart telling me before the game that how good a hitter that Talise was. And as you said, maybe struggled a little bit as of late, but overall hitting pretty darn good, well over 300. And now a guy that's got the potential is just out of the roof. When you rate him on his power, they rate him an 80. That's unheard of.
Taking a look at the big fly that got Frisco on the board back in the fourth inning. Boom.
Well, I mean, it got out fast, too.
Doug mentioned earlier, big guy, 6'5", 205 from Henderson, Nevada. Back when he was 7, 8 years old, he and Bryce Harper played Little League ball on the same team.
They got him at 205?
That's what they say. Looks a little bit bigger.
He did when I was down there by him.
Yeah. Another base hit that almost hit his teammate. And believe it or not, back in Little League ball, I'm told that they would walk Harper to get to Gallo. But then they soon realized that was no bargain either.
Well, he's showing us that he can swing the bat. He's only been up here for a short time, but man, he has a good looking swing.
And if he keeps swinging like that, he won't be here much longer.
Well, we were told that his goal every time he comes in batting practice is not to roll over on a ball. He wants to make sure he swings through it, and we've seen that tonight.
Now Ryan Ruiz singled back in the second, struck out in the fourth. First and second, one down. Opportunity now for Frisco, down a run. Had a chance to visit with, as always, the radio play-by-play men for both teams.
Well, you're just throwing stuff all over the place
that's the
here.
wind that's blowing our booth apart. Alex Vespoli for Frisco, Michael Coffin for Corpus Christi.
We've been very fortunate. They've given us a lot of information about both of their ball clubs.
75th pitch coming up. Now he's behind 3-0. Alex in his third season calling Frisco Rough Riders games. Michael in his third year as the play-by-play man for Corpus, but began here as an intern. Finally got his opportunity. The man who was calling the games moved up to the Houston Astros. So you get the call-ups in broadcasting, but those are a lot more rare than actual ball players going up. Lights are on. The Harbor Bridge is lit up. It's a gorgeous sight, and it's a gorgeous sight if you're a Frisco fan. Bases loaded, one out for Odubel Herrera.
How about the vertical? They say this kid loves to play volleyball, has a 40-inch vertical jump. You almost have to hit it out of the park to get it over his head. That is big time right there.
Jankowski jams him. Good pitch.
In on the corners, up the middle, double play depth.
Corpus trying to protect a one-run lead.
We've got a timeout now called by the outfield. I think something's come over the fence in right field. That might be the largest broom in the world right there. Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's an umbrella. The wind got hold of it.
Well, I bet you could use it for a broom too.
I would think so.
Either that, or that sure makes my cowboy hat look small.
And that's saying something.
Time for that.
Now we're ready again. No balls, 1 strike.
You know, I saw the outfielders moving. I thought, man, they're really shading him to pull. And they have moved around in the outfield. Center field's really get around the pull.
Big hole left center. There you see why. So Jankowski jumps ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Herrera just trying to get the ball to the outfield. That would tie the game. Corpus Christi got a big inning double play back in the 2nd. But runners at the corners. Herrera refuses to chase, looking for his first base hit. Laid down a good sac bunt in that 2nd inning to move the runners up. Bases were actually loaded back in the 2nd. And Corpus turned that double play. Heineman gets the sign from the dugout.
Boy, trying to keep the ball down here, needs a ground ball, and they really shade him to pull infield and in the outfield. Oh, smoke.
That'll get at least 1 home, and on the run to Shields. Can't get it. Just may clear the bases. Herrera on his way to 3rd. Bases loaded triple for Odubel Herrera, and Frisco takes its first lead.
Man, gets a fastball, looks like right over the middle of the plate. And they had him shaded to pull. Just didn't have him played deep enough. This ball is killed into that wind, and a great try by DeShields.
It was interesting watching the base runners for Frisco. They all had to play it halfway. And they were almost stacked up like firewood on the base pass, trying to make sure they don't pass one another as they made their way to home plate. So Jankowski makes a mistake on a 1-2 pitch. Herrera makes him pay. That'll stay close to the infield.
That's going to be nasty. That's going to be trouble.
Ruben Sosa couldn't get it. That's going to be one of the shortest doubles ever for Drew Robinson.
Well, for Robinson, hustling all the way, but when that ball went up, you could see, especially from our vantage point, the way the wind was pushing it. But that's definitely a ball that the shortstop has to have. He's in. Now he's going back, looking for help. And then evidently got called off by Sosa, who was coming in and thought he might be able to make a play, but wasn't able to get there.
They were in because they were trying to keep that runner with 1 out from scoring from 3rd base. As you can see, Doug Brocail making the mound visit. He's the interim pitching coach, as Gary Ruby, the Corpus Christi pitching coach, is dealing with a medical situation. So Brocail makes the visit to try to settle things down. Jankowski was impressively moving along. Can't say he was sailing along, but ran into a lot of trouble here in the 6th inning. He's given up a 4 spot. Jake Skoll with an unfortunate foul ball.
Boy, that kind of reminded me of Candlestick Park, the way that ball was blowing around. It went up in the air and nobody wanted to call for it.
2 singles, a walk, a triple, a double. This is the way the game turned last night. And Corpus unloaded 7 in the 7th.
Still nothing happening right now in the bullpen. We see a few guys starting to move around maybe just a little bit.
Skoll trying to find his way on for the first time off speed. Wind has not died down a bit. Maybe it's picked up. Michael Dimmock loosening for Corpus Christi. Right-hander. One-two pitch. Couldn't get him to chase the breaking ball.
Well, we talked about earlier, Dick, this Rough Rider team has really started to swing the bat well. And we talked earlier how they had come along as the hottest hitting team in minor league baseball since May the 3rd. And right now,
prior to that, they couldn't do anything right.
No, they couldn't. And tonight they already have 9 hits. And so they took them a little while to get it going. Boy, once they did, they exploded.
Now Jankowski runs it to 3-2 on Jake Skoll. Rough Riders magic number to clinch a playoff spot, 2 with 5 games left in the first half. Frisco with the most wins in the Texas League right now, 38. Good breaking pitch, and he goes to the breaking ball on 3-2.
Yep. Well, they've been hitting the fastball pretty good, so that time, good. If you could throw it for a strike, it's a great time to throw an off-speed pitch, and he did. But they're starting to see it a little bit better now. Watched Skoll take batting practice today. He said, when you pronounce my name, please get it right. It's not Scully.
Third time through the lineup for Frisco. Skoll, not Scully, draws the walk. Any combination of wins, if they win here, Frisco hoping for a loss by Midland, that would clinch the playoff spot. And that's going to do it for Jankowski as the manager makes the trip to the mound. So he pitches 5 strong innings and 1 bad one. And now Jankowski, the pitcher of record. We'll take a break, tell you all about the new pitcher in just a minute. 4 runs in, 5-2 lead for Frisco here in the top of the 6th inning. Back with more of the minor league baseball game of the week. Lights are on here at the ballpark, of course, and on the Harbor Bridge in Corpus Christi every night. They see the lights here.
That is fantastic.
Hooks play at Whataburger Field. It really is.
I mean, every color in the rainbow, it keeps changing, going back and forth. That is really sharp.
Fans enjoying themselves in the easy chairs. Not enjoying what's happened here in the 6th, though. A crooked number for Frisco, but Michael Dimmock will try to put out the fire. Greensboro, North Carolina native. Attended Wake Forest, drafted in the 37th round in 2012. 6'2", 203. Pitched against San Antonio, a scoreless inning on Saturday. Worked a perfect 8th Wednesday, the prior Wednesday at Midland, after a couple of rough outings. Made his Double-A debut back on April 25th, and actually made it against these same Frisco Rough Riders. Pitched 2 scoreless innings.
And may have the best mustache in all of baseball.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Got it going in the back too. 9-1 last year as he split time out of the bullpen between Quad Cities and Lancaster. Struck out 51 in 53 innings and only walked 14. Gave up just 6 home runs. He inherits runners at first and second, 1 out. Jankowski still on the hook. And is the pitcher of record now with Corpus being down. Hooks have led since the 3rd inning.
Starts him with a slide on the outside part of the plate.
This man is at a successful night. Wielder Rodriguez, 3 for 3. You see he's got that average up to 353.
Another off-speed pitch. Hit him way out in front. Now with 2 strikes, a veteran player like this probably spread out, shorten his swing a little bit.
Rodriguez, a switch hitter. Drafted by Milwaukee back in '08. Texas League All-Star at midseason. Had 4 hits on Monday.
Man, he's had a
Game.
good
He's
week.
had a week, yeah. That tied his career high.
That was a great month for me.
Now Rodriguez asking for time. This is game number 1,043 of his career, all in the minors. Boy, he's hot. 6 hits, or rather multiple hits in 6 of his last 10 games. The 0-2. Just off the end of the bat, Andrew Applin with a good jump.
Yeah, and he threw him another off-speed pitch too, had him out in front.
They finally retire Rodriguez.
Yeah, after 3 great at-bats and another really good at-bat, he did shorten his swing that time, but then they throw him a breaking ball that's down, and he hits the ball out, and of course it's not going anywhere to right field.
Rodriguez has played every infield position this year and left field.
Really?
Yep. And since his first year with Frisco in '09, he's played every position except catcher. Sent him up to Round Rock earlier. So now Trevor Adams with 2 down. Should be it, Gio Meyer. And that'll do it. But a crooked number for Frisco here in the 6th. The Rough Riders make it rough on the hooks. They hang up 4 and take a 5-2 lead. This is the big hit that did it. 3-run triple cleared the bases. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The double followed. One to the deepest part of the plate, another one that went about 100 feet. Back with more of the minor league game of the week. (5-2) Frisco leads it now over Corpus Christi, and I guess Ken Schramm, our timing could be a little bit better.
A little better.
Ken is the president of the Hooks, and that was a tough inning for you to sit through, I know.
Yeah, you know, when you don't make plays that should be made, it's a little, it gets to you.
You know, I was saying that the pop-up that goes up, that kind of gave little shades of Candlestick there.
You know what? The wind here is tough. I mean, you guys see that big flag blowing. It's a tough wind field.
Well, we could tell that ball went up here. The infield's playing in. You got to go back over your shoulder. It starts out over second, ends up almost out to left field. So it was a tough play.
That's a tough play. Yeah.
But I'm like, where's my left fielder? Let's go. Help me out here.
Get in there and make a play.
And he almost made a great play.
He did. So it's a tough when the wind's blowing like this. It's not easy.
Well, this is fabulous.
Good.
Absolutely fabulous. I mean, the whole venue, the ballpark, your folks. You got to be real proud of your staff and everyone who makes this happen every day.
You know what? We very, very fortunate. You know, been here 10 years. This is our 10-year anniversary, and the city's embraced us. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot.
The Astros now own your team. People maybe don't fully understand the way minor league baseball works. You guys don't have any say over your roster, but you work closely with the parent club. How did that help you when the Astros bought your ball club?
Well, you know what? It's the big major benefits are to the field itself. You know, they're able to cut deals, you know, with Toro and field equipment, that deals that we couldn't cut just because of volume pricing, you know. So it's really helped us facility-wise probably as much as anything.
You know, I never really thought about that, but you know, when you start looking, of course, this field is in immaculate shape. You were telling me earlier, underneath, when you look at a ball field like this, people don't realize what all went under. I know you put a new drainage system in there, but there's a little bit more to it than that.
There are 100, and I found this out. There are 120 pylons.
Wow.
That are underneath this stadium that keep it secure, basically. This area was all kind of a fill. It was a jelly like when we were building this place and digging down, it was like almost like a royal jelly type. You know, I can't really describe it. I'd never seen anything like it. And we had to put those pylons in to keep everything stable.
Wow,
It was cool.
And then I know you put the new drainage system in with the sand and the rocks, and so everything kind of flows away. So
Yeah.
Of course, it's dry out here anyway, but the chances of having a rain out are probably pretty slim. Aren't they?
We've been very fortunate. Where's some wood? I need to knock on some wood. We've had 2 in 10 years. So
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
well, and the fact that we've had good grounds guys. We've got a good tarp and people that can get it out there. So
Jeff Andrews with a mound visit as Cabrera pitching with a lead for the first time tonight. But a leadoff walk issued to Jonathan Meyer. We're talking to Ken Schramm, the president of the Corpus Christi Hooks. We have just marveled at all the minor league ballparks we've seen this year. They're all unique, of course. And it seems like everybody now is concentrating on the vista there beyond the outfield walls. And this is clearly Corpus Christi in the background.
this is I don't know if there's anything any better than this one. Now that bridge is going to go away.
That's right.
We've heard that.
We're
Take the lights with it, though, we hope.
well, we'll still be able to see it over here in left field. So
Yeah,
it's still going to be part of the landscape, but that one will be gone.
And as you mentioned, Corpus Christi's Hooks have been part of the landscape here in this town for quite a while. And what has been your experience interacting with the fans, the baseball fans here in the town?
I have never, ever, and I've been in baseball a long, long time, I have never been around more knowledgeable, more passionate fans anywhere in the country. The people here know their baseball. They are great umpires because these guys, I mean, they let these guys know
They
it
saw
in a
the balk
hurry.
before they called it.
Oh yeah. They know the game. We have had, golly, 3 or 4 state championship high school baseball teams from 4A and 5A, and a 3A team this year that got to the finals that didn't win. But since we've been here, there have been 3 or 4 state champions. So
Wow.
this is a baseball mecca.
Now, do they get an opportunity to play on this facility?
They do. They do.
Cabrera fields his position and gets the lead runner. Nicely done. 1 out. We talk about the Astros buying the ball club. You guys now, of course, affiliated with a team that's not too far away. And I've got to think that helps the fan base because as we talked to your mayor about this. If you're a fan of the Hooks, you can be a fan of that young man and track him right through to the bigs.
You bet. We, well, 3 nights ago, I looked at the lineup for the Astros. 7 of the 9 had been here in the last 3 years.
Wow.
So that's exciting when people can, watch a George Springer that was here, last year, and now he's in the big leagues hitting home runs, and John Singleton and Jose Altuve. That's huge.
All right, we asked earlier someone, how tall is Jose Altuve?
6'6".
Plays that way.
He plays 6'6".
He does. He really does. And they gave him a 5'6", and I thought they were being a little generous.
I think that's pretty generous. He's probably about, I don't think he's quite 5'5".
Wow.
But he's strong. He can run. He can
play.
He puts
He's
the
a
bat on the
winner.
board. He is a baseball player.
He's a baseball player.
Yeah.
It's so good to see. You hate to refer back to the old days, but it's so good to see teams building from within again and not just concentrating on getting players from free agency.
That's right. And that's the Astros they've got a plan. And
Double play opportunity. Hold on, stay right here. We have more questions for you. We're talking with Ken Schramm, the president of the Corpus Christi Hooks. And we have played 6 here in South Texas, 5-2 Frisco. More to come. Somebody stole a base here in Corpus Christi. A lot of speed. You might have to scout her.
We may.
Talking with Ken Schramm, the president of the Corpus Christi Hooks, and Ken, we know you've heard of Babe Ruth. We know you've heard of Babe the Pig. But let's go down to Lauren Gardner to tell us about something very special here in this ballpark called the Babe.
Cool.
Oh, the Babe indeed. You guys know this is my favorite
That's
portion
right.
of every single game. We had the nachos in Memphis. We had the fish and chips in Tacoma. But we have the Babe here at the Whataburger Field. I'm here with Al Spilsbury. Al, what is going on? This is not your grandmother's hot dog.
This is a little bit of everything. We've got a cheddar wurst
Point that towards the camera. We need to get a look at this.
wrapped in a hamburger and wrapped in bacon. It's the bacon cheeseburger your mother never made.
I'm having a coronary just talking about it.
Well, we've taken all the cholesterol out of it.
Oh, okay. So it's
We don't count cholesterol or calories at the ballpark.
well. In that case, give me a crack at this thing. I at least need to try it. Oh my God, I don't even know how to go at this.
Oh, my money's on Lauren.
Yeah, my money's on you, Lauren.
My goodness, and I have a Whataburger.
There you go.
I'm gonna go at this next after the Babe. That is good. It is good. You get the hot dog and the cheddar in there, a little bit of ground beef, and then of course bacon. Who doesn't like bacon?
Bacon makes everything better.
It makes the world go round. Would you guys like a bite of this so I can bring it up to you? There's no way I'm
Well,
gonna finish
yeah.
it.
I just got to get a look at it. I
Yeah.
can't imagine.
Don't forget your friends now.
That's right.
I'm
Thanks.
still chewing.
Thanks, Lauren. You could wrap bacon around that microphone and
It'd be
probably have a
good.
good time with it. Who came up with that, Ken?
Al did.
Is that right?
Al is our general manager for
Oh
our
my
concession
gosh.
company, and he invented that thing. And
Any idea how many you go through each night?
you know what? He when we first started, he made, I think the first night he made 15 and sold them all, and then people, word of mouth started,
Oh, yeah.
you know, hey, you got to have the Babe. You got to have the Babe. He brought them up to our staff one night, and really, it about killed us.
Well, you don't want to eat it every night.
No.
But it's special, just like this ballpark. But it is fun, as Lauren said. Every ballpark in the minor, you've made the rounds of the minor
Sure.
leagues. They all have something they're very proud of. We saw lobster rolls in Pawtucket. She mentioned the Rendezvous nachos in Memphis. But that's what makes it all fun.
You bet. Yeah, it's and the fans embrace that stuff.
Sure.
They they go, hey, this is ours.
You see that wind hold that ball
man.
up, man. It'd be hard to hit one foul to right field tonight.
And it blows like this almost every night.
Almost every night. This is a little it's a little stiffer tonight than normal. We're usually 15, and on a big night it's 20, but it's probably more than 20 to 25 tonight. It's
Wow. We were out earlier just walking around and noticed, and I think Dick made the comment, I love watching these guys that are just smooth with the glove.
look like you.
That is smooth. We had a chance to watch that young man for a long time,
Yeah.
though, when he was in school, and moved over, and I said his transition from this side of the field over to the other side, it looks pretty good.
I think he's got a chance. He can play. I know he played shortstop in college, but if you can play multiple positions, and
That's right.
you know the drill. If he can play 2 or 3 spots, gives you a lot of.
Can get you a job.
You bet.
You've got a talented team. You've got some all-stars here at midseason.
Yeah, we lost one that got called up today or last night. Preston Tucker.
Oh, yeah.
which-
He was going to be our opening, by the way.
Yeah, and you probably got a chance to see him as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Delino DeShields Jr. is a talented young guy. He's still, people forget, he's only 21.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to be a fantastic player.
Joey Gallo, and I know he's got the wrong color on, but
Yeah,
he's fun to watch. Isn't he?
he is. There's your
Oh,
Babe.
there's
your Babe.
Lauren brought the
My
Babe up. Look at
goodness.
this. Oh, Gallo can't dig in.
We got Babe in the booth and at bat.
Yes, we do. Lauren said she didn't know how to handle this hot dog. Looks to me like she did a pretty good job
Took a
with
pretty
one
good
bite.
chunk out of it. That's right.
Wow.
2 down here, but a 3-1 count to Gallo. The Heat inside and Gallo on base. I guess you're a little more relieved that he's trying to walk than
just
gotten a full
one
swing.
base. Just give him one. Yeah, he is a talented young man. He.
I want you to look at this right here. Now, I'm not going to.
Come
All
on.
right. I hate to do this because.
No, you don't.
You're right, I don't.
You need some hot, spicy mustard on that. That's.
Oh, my goodness.
That's good,
So
huh?
it's unanimous.
Oh, my.
Pretty good.
I'll see you on a
I'm
little
like
while.
the food fairy, guys. How'd you like that?
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Isn't that spectacular?
Wow.
Are your arteries clogged?
Give
No,
it
but-
time.
When I finish this, it might
Yeah.
be.
Well, as I was mentioning, you do have all-stars on this team here at mid-season, so the Astros are keeping you stocked in talent, but a base hit up the middle now. 2 runners on. Gallo trying for third.
Went down.
So Shields has him. Sometimes things work out.
That's right. Yeah, we got a little lucky there. He tripped. Sniper.
Ken, thank you so
That's
much.
right.
Great to
My
visit with
pleasure.
you. Hope
Thank
to see
you,
you again
guys.
sometime.
Kenny, great
bet.
to see you,
Good
buddy.
seeing you. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank
We
you, pal.
appreciate
Our
it.
pleasure.
Gallo, a little depressed, but he's had a big night anyway. Yummy. Frisco with a 5-2 lead over the Hooks of Corpus Christi. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner. Thanks again to Ken Schramm for dropping in to visit, and to Lauren for gracing us with the babe. And a new pitcher now for Frisco. Wilmer Font will try to hold down the Hooks. 6'4", 265 from Venezuela, non-drafted free agent back on July 11th of 06. Good look at his numbers as he tries to hold down Corpus Christi. He became a full-time reliever last year, rang up 14 saves with a 1.04 ERA for Frisco. Got up to 2012 in the bigs with Texas. Had Tommy John surgery prior to that. Split the minor league season between Myrtle Beach and Frisco before he got the call up at the end of the Rough Riders season in September. So he's gotten a taste of the success that he hopes to enjoy, and he's trying to battle back now against Tyler Heineman.
I tell you, once you get a taste of it, you don't want to go back. I mean, you just do.
Lauren just dropped off some more goodies.
Like curb service
Whataburger.
around here. My goodness.
Heineman trying to find his way on. Corpus down 3.
Oh, it's gonna be trouble.
Trevor Adams motoring to the corner. Extras for Heineman leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
The ball just kept pushing away from Adams in left field. Then it became a matter if it was going to stay fair or not. Ball right down the line. See, he takes a pitch. It's down the middle. He's thinking it might be a foul ball at first, and all of a sudden realizes, uh-oh, I guess I better start running. And the ball hits just inside the line.
So the Corpus fans who were a little depressed for a while, now they're back into it. Hope there are some Corpus fans watching us tonight. We've spread the word here as we've moved through Corpus to check out CBS Sports Network. A lot of baseball fans. The hotel where we are at the Radisson.
We told
So we
Rachel
have a-
we'd say hey to her.
That's right.
Took care
Rachel
of
took
us
good
today.
care of us at the Radisson, and she's a big baseball fan. Is a pinch hitter now for Corpus.
Leo Hedges is going to be the hitter.
Yep. Out of Tijuana in Baja California. Astros purchased his rights last year. Was considered at the time the top prospect in the Mexican League. First look at him tonight. Trying to fight his way to more at-bats with Corpus.
Boy, Font with a good fastball that time, just a little bit up. Nice, easy motion.
Struggling of late, though, 3 for his last 40.
Ball hit off his foot. Foul ball called immediately. As you can see from around the minors, we got a lot going on, Dick.
Well, Gregory Polanco finally gets the call up to Pittsburgh, and that was obviously the worst-kept secret in minor league baseball. Is he is generally considered the top player in AAA, and Pittsburgh finally finds a spot for him. And he is one exciting player. Unfortunate foul ball. Polanco, the top prospect, 347 average, 7 homers, 49 RBI, 15 steals for AAA Indianapolis. He made the announcement on Twitter. He said the wait is over. And his manager, Dean Traynor, announced a promotion in front of the whole team, which I thought was a classy move. You might have remembered seeing him here in front of our cameras, inside out.
Oh.
That's going to score a run.
And Hedges leads this league in triples right now with 5, looking as if he may have another one, but slows up at second, obviously with no one out. And the Hooks are back in business.
So back-to-back doubles down the left field line. Heineman scores to make it 5-3. Take another look.
And that's by 2 left-handers, too. He just sort of inside-outs this ball, stays on it, doesn't pull off. Ball get in on his hands a little bit, but does a nice job of pulling those arms in and hitting the ball the other way.
Now Telvin Nash, I should say, homered back in the 3rd inning. A mighty smash over the left field wall. And lined out to the warning track. And boy, he didn't get cheated there. Last time up, sent one deep, but Trevor Adams ran it down. I was mentioning Polanco. We saw him in our very first minor league game of the week up in Pawtucket. And had a nice game there as well. Made everything look easy. So Font, the reliever for Frisco, being roughed up right now by the home team. Top of the order on deck. One pitch. Goes off speed and misses. Brady Aiken, overall #1 pick by the Astros. We talked to a representative from the Astros earlier about the fact that they went for a high schooler, 3rd high school left-hander chosen with a top draft pick.
Wow. Well, these kids coming out now, as you saw, Dick, they're all big and strong now. And if the money's right, you can't blame them for doing that.
Alan Rowan talked to us earlier about how excited the Astros are to have him, and they'll see him here in Corpus Christi in the near future. Right-hander Tyler Kolek, #2 to the Marlins. Another left-hander, Carlos Rodon, started the year as the favorite to be taken first. Slid all the way to #3. That's not too far to the White Sox. So they got to have that left-handed pitching. The #5 overall pick was Nick Gordon, the son of Tom Gordon, a longtime big leaguer. He's already signed with the Twins. Might make his debut later this month. And a walk now to Telvin Nash. Runners at first and second. Keone Kela loosening for Frisco.
Yeah, they got a lead. I don't think they'll wait too long with Font, because he's pitched to 3 batters without retiring anybody.
Another headline for you: Zombie Apocalypse Night on the way to Inland Empire.
Beg your pardon?
You heard me. Team's going to wear zombie uniforms. They're going to have the undead roaming the park as we get a mound visit. There will be a zombie maze, of course. Proceeds from the post-game jersey auction will benefit Lifestream, a blood center with 80 facilities in Southern California. This week, fans donating blood at a facility, Lifestream will receive a free ticket to the game. The team's going to have a blood drive at the ballpark prior to the game, so you got to like that. Here's another great story. Shoeless Joe and the Yastrzemski family, their legacies live on. Mike Yastrzemski, grandson of Carl Yastrzemski, is coming up on one of his granddad's records. He's a part of the Orioles minor league chain. He's with Delmarva. We'll come back to that as the meeting's over.
Nice crowd here tonight, getting excited. 6,821 excited. Their Hooks have a little rally going here in the 7th.
Now the Hooks were leading until the top of the 6th inning. And then the Rough Rider sent a triple over. This young man said Delino DeShields, he made a valiant effort to try to haul it in, but just couldn't make it happen.
You know he's a good bunter.
tell you more about Shoeless Joe and Mike Yastrzemski in a minute, but we'll tell you that MILB.com is your home to all the latest news, stats, schedules from around the minors. Check it out today, MILB.com. Stay up to date on all the action. Infield in to Shields, a good bunt. Gallo with a running pickup just gets the fastest man in the Astros organization. But a successful sac bunt. Runners at second and third now, 1 out.
Hey, we saw a pretty mobile Gallo right there. That's a big 6'5" man coming in here making that play at third base. But you're right, Shields gets down that line awfully fast.
So now runners at second and third for Ruben Sosa, and this is going to do it for Font. Back to the bullpen go the Rough Riders. This time manager Jason Wood makes the change. So we'll step out as the new pitcher makes his way in. We've got a good ball game here at Corpus Christi. Back with more on the CBS Sports Network. Frisco leads at 5-3, but Corpus has put the tying run on base here at Whataburger Field. Doug's about to chow down on a Whataburger. There's the new pitcher, right-hander Keone Kela. Los Angeles native, lives in Seattle now, 12th round draft pick. Keone Kela is a product of Everett Washington Community College. Is not allowed to run in his last 6 appearances over 7 2/3. Ruben Sosa is going to try to cross that up. He drew a walk, scored in the third. 0 for 2.
Right over the top, hard throwing right-hander.
McKellar last year averaged 12 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Wow.
3 different stops in the Texas minor league chain. Got a big job ahead of him here.
I mean, you can see right now he's just bringing gas.
Well, he came into the season ranked by Baseball America as the 18th best Rangers prospect, and according to that publication, is the owner of the system's best fastball. We got a good look at it there. 5 for 5s and save opportunities at Myrtle Beach. They moved him up to Frisco. First week of May. Gets away from Telis, but not far enough.
It was a tough play for catching the ball in the dirt. It looked like it scooted on him. Does a good job of sitting there and putting his whole body in front of it just to block it.
Tomas Taylor has had a hard-working night for Frisco. One-two pitch.
Breaking ball.
Froze him. 2 out.
I don't know. That one may get a little. Sosa doesn't say much, but we take another look here as a breaking ball and looks a little bit up and maybe away, but well, it doesn't look too high from that angle. He's looking down for some reassurance from his third base coach, who doesn't give him much help, thinking, you know, with 2 strikes, you got to be protecting that plate.
Now Nolan Fontana with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Joey Gallo even with a bag and well off the line with a left-handed hitter at the plate. They retired him with a strikeout his last time up. Also walked, hit by a pitch.
These are the things he'll be working on a lot here at Double-A. Got the best fastball in the organization. Now they got to come up with another pitch. And right now we're seeing that he's working a little on the breaking ball. Kind of a mixture between a slider and a curve.
Kela drafted by his hometown Seattle out of high school. Had to be tough to say no. But they drafted him in the 29th round, so he really helped himself by attending Everett Community College.
You know, Dick, you and I see that all the time. Some of these kids that obviously your goal wants to play pro ball, but you got to be real careful because another year of college doesn't necessarily hurt you and may help you an awful lot.
Well, he's down on the count 2-0 now to Fontana.
Wow, good fastball. Must have just missed in.
Now 3-0.
And we know that this young man has a good eye.
Upped his walk total to 40 back in the first inning.
I'd say in this situation, if you're hitting third in the lineup, though, you're not looking to walk. You're looking to get you a good pitch.
Especially
you
with a
can
tying
drive.
run at second.
Exactly.
Takes 3-0 and a 4-pitch walk. That loads him up. And now Jonathan Meyer. A base hit, a walk, a ground ball tonight. Hoping to tie this game or better with one swing of the bat.
More action in the Rough Riders bullpen. Phil Klein getting loose.
There's the fastball.
Okay, I don't know how hard he's throwing, but that's a good fastball. And it's one of those, as we've talked about before, easy gas.
Meyer earlier extending a hitting streak to 3 games. Comes with the off speed. Now Kella jumps ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
You know, I'm thinking that the shape of baseball must be pretty good right now, because I remember when the ground ball was hit and it was foul, you had to use that ball again. Now they throw them all in the stands at AA ball.
Yeah.
So baseball must be doing pretty good. Of course, with the parent club owning this club, that certainly helps.
So Kella with a huge advantage. Here's the 0-2.
Good job of fighting that pitch off.
Meyer stays alive.
I tell you, the people at the stadium operations are trying to get this crowd excited here tonight, get them into the game.
Meyer can do that himself, but if he gets anything to hit, it'll be a mistake by Kella. The 0-2 again.
Whoa. He's like a cat back there. You watch Felice, and he is just doing a good job. A really good job watching his feet movement that way.
I think DeLeese thought that might have been disastrous with the bases loaded.
You know,
you can't take any chances.
You can't take any chances. It's so comfortable knowing you got a catcher that's back there that can handle anything, that you can throw any pitch you want to throw.
1-2. Big overhand breaking ball.
The Hooks tonight 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And as you and I have seen all year, that's been the name of the game. I think at one time this year, the Reds were like 3 for 40.
Wow.
No, they've had 20-something one-run ball games, so there's a lot of teams that just not getting her done with runners in scoring position.
Now this team, Corpus Christi's played a lot of games like that. 2-2.
Another breaking ball. You know, you can go to the well a little bit too often. Now he's sitting in the driver's seat. Chances of him throwing another breaking ball right now, I wouldn't think would be very good, because he hasn't been able to throw it for a strike.
Corpus with a 5-9 record in 2-run games. 9-16 in 1-run games. A lack of big hits. Here's the 3-2. Huge pitch by Kella. Got him to chase. That was ball 4. Meyer disgusted with himself, and Corpus leaves the bases loaded. A run in, but that's it, and we'll go to the 8th. Frisco 5, Corpus Christi 3. Back with more of the minor league baseball game of the week on the CBS Sports Network. Back in Corpus Christi, Texas, it's a good one here. Frisco leads it 5-3 over the home team. Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn. Let's go back out to Lauren. Down just near the Rough Riders bullpen, Lauren.
Well, guys, we talked about so many of the great fan experiences and features here at Whataburger Stadium, and this is one of them. This is not the fan jail. I know it looks a little bit like it. I'm right outside of the visitors' bullpen. I'm watching the big right-hander Phil Klein warm up right now. I mean, you can see the velocity of some of his pitches. You can see everything up close and personal. I have a few kids over here watching. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. What's your name, buddy?
Frankie.
Frankie, are you having a good time? How cool is this to get to watch professional baseball players throw right here?
Oh, it's awesome. I actually never seen them this close.
See, he's been up close and personal. Again, we are not in jail. We are enjoying the bullpen, guys.
And with a lot of great fans out there. Thanks, Lauren. Frisco trying to add to its lead, gave back a run in the 7th inning here in Corpus Christi. Odubel Herrera, bases clearing triple his last time up. A sac bunt, a fly ball. Pop up to the infield, I should say. Mike Demock still on the hill for Corpus. Just a great night here at the ballpark. We've learned so much about the city, the history of it. Great concessions here at Whataburger Field. That's a distinctly Texas brand. I'm sure it's in other parts of the country, but the first time I heard about it was when I moved down here a few years ago. Mel Tillis was doing the spots, and very popular. Here's how things unfolded. Cabrera knocked around a little bit, but escaped with a lead. Jordan Jankowski was cruising along, then gave up a big inning. Joey Gallo with a big fly. We mentioned Herrera's triple. Telvin Nash had a massive home run. But the Hooks batters have lifted a lot of runners on base. Good pitch on the inside edge, 3-0. We learned about the Babe, the great hot dog / hamburger wrapped in bacon here. It's an incredible offering.
I think that should be a regular feature of this show.
Well, it has been. We've had a good time with it. 3-1. We challenge with a fastball, and Herrera just out ahead of it.
Patrick Erkfit's now up in the Hooks bullpen, so we've got action in both bullpens going.
Believe it or not, I heard tell between innings of a young man who once ate 3 of those Babes at one setting.
Really?
A guy named Duke Gonzalez a couple of years ago here at Whataburger Field.
It's got to be a record, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then he's never been seen again. 3-2 pitch. On the move to Shields. He can haul that one in. And there's one out.
The last time up, Cabrera hit it in the right center field gap. That time playing him almost straight away. New pitcher in, and he knows his pitchers and where he's going to try to throw him.
Well, he's got enough speed, too, to cover that ground. Just couldn't quite catch up with a triple.
You know, there's some fast guys playing this game today. I mean, there's always been quickness and speed in the game, but when you look overall now, there's some road runners out there.
Drew Robinson looking for his second base hit, doubled his last time up. That finds the seats. Not a huge ballpark, 315 to right, 320 to left, 400 straight away, and the alley's 360, but there is a very small section of center field where the wall juts out a little farther to 407. Just to the right as we look at it at the batter's eye. There you see it.
They've got a great batter's eye here, too. Matter of fact, it's twice the specs of what is required for them. It's good to see all of these new ballparks. They want to see a good brand of baseball, and one of the ways to do it is to be able to let hitters have a good chance to see the ball in day games or night games, and so they have really added. To me, that's one of the best things they've done to minor league baseball. Now all they got to do is up the meal money a little bit, and it'll be really good.
Well, we saw the batter's eye in Memphis, which is pine trees. Here's the 2-1. Serves as a natural backdrop, and then you might expect to see that in Tacoma, but instead you've got a batter's eye that is just huge, and it's what, 425 to straightaway center.
Yes,
Only
sir.
2 people have ever hit it over that wall.
You remember who they were?
Zap.
A.J. Zap.
Sin-Shu Chu.
You right on
How
target.
about that?
That's pretty good.
3-1 pitch. Robinson finds his way on with 1 out. So now Jake Skoll drew a walk his last time up.
Gonna have a
Struck
little
out,
visit.
bounced into a 4-6-3 double play. Maybe trying to buy some time for the bullpen. Good look at the number 9 hitter for Frisco. Corpus threatened in the bottom of the 7th, loading the bases. Pushed in 1 run, couldn't get any more.
Well, we said tonight they're 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and that has been the difference. They've had a chance to take control of this game. And then the one big blow, the triple with the bases drunk. That has been the difference in this ball game.
Both teams dipping into their respective bullpens.
Oh, good job of blocking that ball.
Absolutely. Great job by Heineman.
Catchers work as hard as anybody in spring training and when you have to warm up pitchers every single day. That's why most teams now are carrying 3 catchers. In the minor leagues they are, especially because you can't expect them to go out and play games and then warm up 5 or 6 pitchers, so you need a lot of help, especially in this heat.
This has been the most damaging inning for Corpus. Hooks have given up the most runs in the 8th inning as any 41 runs so far this year. 1-1 pitch, runner goes. And he'll go back. Little hit and run.
Yep.
By Jason Wood.
That's good. Got a chance where you can play a little add-on with just a 2-run lead. And then after the big inning that they saw the Hooks have yesterday, good to add another run or 2 on to the score. And it's a great looking stash, isn't it? A little Raleigh Fingers action there, or Dennis Eckersley maybe?
He's got a ways to go to catch up with Raleigh Fingers. I would just say Eckersley perhaps.
Couple of pretty fair pitchers.
Not dipped into the mustache wax yet. 1-2 pitch.
Wow, good try right there. Quick throw right on the money. And I don't know if Nash had a little, or something got in his eye, or they had a little collision. See right here, he gets a throw, smacks the tag. I'm not sure what happened.
That shutout by Corpus last night. Second shutout loss of the season for Frisco. Take another look.
Well, it's hard to tell what happened. I guess he's okay. We'll try him again. You know, if they're out, you get a guy out. Those whatever injury you get doesn't seem to hurt near as badly. Or if you beat out an infield hit,
yeah,
that pulled muscle doesn't feel near as bad.
They're concerned about Drew Robinson over there.
We got a 2-2 count, and they may be running them again.
Yep.
Or they may be just giving time for the bullpen to get ready. Get a lefty up 2 strikes, and they're going to the bullpen.
They are with a 2-2 count. So Michael Demock
looks like
appears to be done.
Yeah, Erkpitz, left-hander, come in to try to finish off this hitter.
So the right-hander on his way out, the left-hander on his way, and will step out. Tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the CBS Sports Network. 5-3 Frisco to lead on Corpus Christi here in South Texas, and a new pitcher for the Hooks. There he is, Patrick Erkfitz, 6'4", 213, out of Penfield, New York. Here's a look at his numbers. Got a save back on June 6th at Midland. Went 1 2/3. He's given up only 2 earned runs in his last 14 games. Over 19 innings, a 0.95 ERA during that stretch. The ERA less than 2 right now. Led Corpus in appearances last year with 40. 6-3 with a 3.20 ERA. It was 7 for 11 in save chances. Saw him earlier. Marketing his game call, as they call it, really a duck call. Go downstairs to Lauren, who talked to him earlier. Lauren.
Well, guys, we saw the mound visit there with Hooks manager Keith Bodie. And inside the ballpark, every time he appears on the field for one of those mound visits, they play the theme music to The Godfather. And that's because the Brooklyn native has not lost a teeny bit of that accent. He sounds like he walked right out of Brooklyn yesterday.
That is a good call. You can take the boy out of Brooklyn, but you can't take Brooklyn out of the boy.
You can't get much further south than Corpus Christi, maybe Key West, Florida, but he'll always be from Brooklyn. And there's a New Yorker right there. Had a successful run with Lancaster in the California League before moving up. Trying to keep these Rough Riders at bay, and he inherits a 2-2 count on Jake Skoll with a runner at first and 1 out.
You see this some, but you don't see it often where they'll bring somebody in the middle of a hitter. Wow. It was a good pitch on the, you got a funky motion right there, and good pitch, it just misses on the outside part.
So Bodie opting for the lefty-lefty matchup with a 2-2 count, now 3-2.
And you can almost bet the runner will be going here.
Herrera with a fly ball to open the inning, then a walk to Drew Robinson, who has earned a great deal of respect at first base from now 2 pitchers in this inning, trying to keep him close. They've started him once before.
Most lefties have a pretty good move, and then they got one that they'll just show you like he's doing now. So we may get an opportunity to see the real good one, or he's just trying to keep him close.
Wants him leaning ever so slightly. That's why. Fontana, but they can't get the double play. Skoll down the line quickly. Ball probably wasn't hit sharply enough.
It wasn't hit real hard. Oh, they called interference at second base.
How about that? On the slide by Drew Robinson, interference, and Skoll called out at first. Wood out to argue. And they are cracking down on that around second base in professional baseball. You don't see it very often, but it rescued Corpus Christi here in the top of the 8th inning.
I may have missed
Take
this.
another look as we go to break.
You see, comes across the bag.
Out of the baseline. Good call. Back with more in a minute on the CBS Sports Network. Back in Corpus Christi, Texas, Dick Gabriel, Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner, where the Hooks will bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and we're joined now in the booth by Tom Kaiser, the president of the Texas League. Let me jump right in. You were talking earlier before the game began about the umpires. You know, what did you think of that call out there?
Well, it was a good call. I mean, they're trained to look for that kind of thing, and I'm proud of them that they caught it.
I was going to say, because you don't see it very often, but when it's there, you've got to call it, and then you've got to make it stand up.
Oh.
Well, I know you didn't like it as a former middle infielder.
Well, no, as a former middle infielder, I do like it because that
protects you.
Well, it does protect me, but I think the rule says as long as you're able to reach or touch the bag.
Yeah.
And that time
I should have said
like,
as an old school guy you didn't like it.
No, I don't. I think that's part of the game. I
Yeah.
don't like the rule they have in college now where you go straight into the bag. And, that to me was it wasn't a deliberate move. He could have touched out with his hand or it looked like his foot could have got it. So.
Well, Tom, you have brought a prop for us, the Texas League Baseball Almanac, shameless plug. You're one of the authors along with David King. Tell us about your book, first of all.
Well, it's something that I'd wanted to do for quite a while. And I've become the Texas League historian. Occupy myself on the road to go do research. And this is basically a day-by-day history. If you look up any date, during the baseball season, you're going to find 4 or 5 or 6 real interesting things that happened in the Texas League on that particular day.
What's your history with the Texas League?
Well, this is my 23rd year.
Wow.
Was elected in 1992, and I guess I've made people happy. They've kept me around a while. So,
what makes this league so special in your opinion?
Good operators, great cities, fantastic ballparks.
Pretty good talent down here, too.
Well, those come from the good organizations that we're affiliated with. Great timing of the game here, being able to watch Joey Gallo hit a laser.
Wow.
How about that?
That's true. That is true.
Andrew Applin stands in for Corpus here, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, you've got to be spoiled then because you got weaned on the Eastern League where they had running tracks through the outfield. They had no batter's eyes, anything.
Pittsfield, where we had to have the 8 o'clock sun delay.
I think you're right. Couldn't throw the ball. Well, they had it. The sun would set right over center field. And then it might have been Reading where you couldn't throw a ball from third to first until a certain inning. So there was a lot of little idiosyncrasies that you just kind of had to play around.
How often do you get up here to Corpus to see this great ballpark?
Well, this is my 4th time this year. It's real easy. I'm only 156 miles up in San Antonio, which is where my home is. So it only takes a couple hours to get down here, and I do enjoy the people here, and certainly this is what a great ballpark to come and have to watch a ball game in.
And they hosted it's work for you. You hosted the Texas League All-Star game here, in 07?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Oh, fantastic, and it'll be back here again next year.
Wow.
So,
Phil Klein, you have a new pitcher in here now, Big Rascal. I tell you, these kids are getting bigger. They weren't this big back in the 70s.
No, they weren't. If you were 6'3", you were a big boy back then.
Another good fastball inside, trying to get it in on his hands.
You mentioned the organizations that stock the rosters, but it's a lot of fun. We were talking earlier to a couple of different people about the fact that you've got the parent clubs not too far away from both of these teams.
No, that's exactly right. Frisco's only 40 miles from the ballpark in Arlington.
And a walk? No, called strike 3. Applin thought he had found his way on. 1 out. The fans here respectfully disagree.
Well, it's a pretty close pitch. I mean, you look at the height of this. The height is there, so if it's not outside, I tell you, with 2 strikes, that's just a nice pitcher's pitch.
It looks like it's not a strike because of where the catcher caught the ball, but when it's where it crosses the plate, and that thing went right across the knees.
Our camera gave
They're
great.
the best.
They do. They are the best. They get a great view of that. With 2 strikes, though, we have talked about it often, how guys are not spreading out, not choking up, not protecting the plate. They don't change much of their swing. And, if you're going to get to the next level, you have to become a pretty good 2-strike hitter.
J.L. Meyer bounced into a double play his last time up. Talking to Tom Kaiser, the president of the Texas League. And, you mentioned the ballparks as well, and Doug and I have been blessed. We've been all over the country seeing ballparks, but in your league as well, there's been a concerted effort to upgrade facilities, make them more fan-friendly, fun for the kids. Concessions are great. And, again, that's going to make your job a little easier.
It really does. In the early days when we were, I'd go into a ballpark and somebody'd say, what do you do the first time you come in? And it's like, well, I walk around because I want to see where there might be, holes in the fence or count the light bulbs that might be out. Well, you don't have to worry about that these days.
Look at this book is interesting because what he has done is you say this day in baseball, like on June the 12th in the Texas League. And in 1971, this is interesting, a game between Amarillo and Albuquerque is interrupted when tear gas used to help quell a nearby riot. Listen to the sports stadium.
That was Vietnam War era.
Yep. Wow. But they did return to finish the game. So that's good. I mean, outstanding. I've been going through here. You look on the front of the cover, and there's a picture of these two guys were pretty good, weren't they?
Yeah, Dizzy and Paul Dean, they had some success. Andy Bennis, a fair success. He had something like 35 consecutive shutout innings.
Meyer hammers it into center, but holds up for Jake Skoll, 2 out. Please tell me you've tried the Babe here, the hot dog, the brat wrapped in hamburger and bacon.
No.
No?
I want to live to be 63.
You don't have to eat 6 of them. Just try it.
Just one, or take a bite, or share with someone.
My weakness, my soft spot is are the funnel cakes.
Oh yeah.
And the best one in the league is up in Northwest Arkansas, and I really have to limit myself to one per visit.
With the powdered sugar.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
How can people find your book, the Texas League Baseball Almanac?
Well, they certainly can go to Amazon.
Nice bunt by Heineman. Gallo with a running play.
Gallo's got some pretty good mobility for a guy 6'5".
But how about the catcher getting down the line?
And that's just good. I want you to look where all the players are. Second baseman's backing up first base. Right fielder's coming in. As we said, every time a ball is hit, every player has somewhere they're supposed to go.
And they were there. And you can get it on Amazon, any of our ballparks. You can get it at texas-league.com at our store online. You can call my office, and I'll send you one.
One thing I know from living in Texas for a couple of years, Texans are fiercely proud of their state. They've got to love the opportunity to read this. It's great history.
Well, it was fun to put together. When I talk about what's in it, we've had a guy that hit 8 home runs in one game.
Wow.
We had a guy hit 3 home runs in one inning.
Same guy or 2 different guys?
No, 2 different guys.
Wow.
And we had a guy hit 2 home runs at 1 at bat. Now, you tell me how he did that.
He had 2 home runs at 1 at bat.
I'll cut through the.
Please. I won't sleep tonight.
Wait a minute, I was trying to think. So he hits one that's fair, but the umpire called it foul?
No, Joe Pignatano, when he was playing for...
Hold it. Joe Pignatano never hit a ball out of the ballpark.
Hold on. Joe Pignatano came up, led off an inning with a home run in Fort Worth, and he crossed the home plate, and the manager said he batted out of order. Maury Wills was supposed to bat, so they called Wills out.
What a stop. And an outstanding play by Ryan Ruha. So you got 10 seconds.
So they called Wills out, put Pignatano up, and 2 pitches later he hit a ball to the same spot.
Tom, thank you so much. Good luck with the book.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Right.
Thanks for being
Tom.
here.
Thank you, buddy.
Right.
You betcha.
Wow, what a story.
Joe
What a play.
Still doing well, still coming to fantasy camp.
5-3 Frisco to the 9th. Frisco leads at 5-3 here at Corpus Christi. Here's how it happened in South Texas as Corpus jumped out to the early lead with 2 in the 3rd inning. And a big fly from Telvin Nash. A home run over the left field wall. Made it 2-0, but back came Frisco with a run, and another run scored on a base hit by Applin. Then in the 6th inning, huge inning for the Rough Riders. Thanks to this bases clearing triple by Herrera over the head of Delino DeShields. And about a 100-foot pop-up, but thanks to the wind, it falls in for an RBI double by Drew Robinson. And in the 7th, back comes Corpus Christi with a double by Rene Garcia. That brings in Heineman. And that makes it 5-3. That's where we are here in the 9th inning as the Rough Riders try to hang some insurance. Top of the order leads things off. And Wilder Rodriguez finally retired him his last time up with 3 for 4 tonight. There's a good look at Patrick Erkfitz.
Hey, he's played center field.
Second reliever out of the pen for Corpus Christi, trying to keep the Rough Riders off the bases.
Came in and did the job last inning, got the double play he was looking for.
And his teammates almost got it done as well. Loaded the bases, but Frisco did the job, wriggling off the hook against the hooks. See what I did right there?
I did. You expect the kid 30 years of age, with the experience he has.
A kid?
Well, for us, just if you compare him to us, he's a kid.
Yeah.
But not a kid at this level.
No.
But, you know, every team needs to have someone on there that's going to play hard, that can set the example on how to become a better pro.
Meyer, and there's one out.
Got a nice hop. He's got a good arm at shortstop.
Seen a lot of good arms tonight.
We have. Yeah, Applin had a good arm.
Talese with a good arm behind
Talese
the
with a
plate
good
for
arm.
Frisco.
That's true. Robinson with a good arm
Yep.
out in right field. But you know, AA used to be, it got to the point, at one time AAA was where you'd put all your prospects. Then it got to be where AA you'd put all your prospects. And they'd sort of skip AAA and move right on up to the big leagues. And we're seeing tonight, there's some pretty good talent that has been here and is here.
Now Trevor Adams, 0 for 3 tonight, but a couple of line drives right at Meyer, the shortstop. Bounced out to third his last time up. Fans that are here trying to keep their team alive.
Boy, it doesn't take very long. We saw that too with men on base. Erkfitz gets the ball and likes to get rid of it.
We were talking earlier about Kari Yastrzemski's grandson, Mike. He already has 8 triples in 52 games. That's why it was one of our highlights tonight. Needs one more to tie Grandpa's record, personal record. Broken bat ground ball into the short right field. Nice play.
Good pick
by
right
Nolan
there.
Fontana.
Kelvin Nash does a good job of picking that ball.
Take another look as you see where Fontana begins to play.
Playing him right up the middle.
Absolutely. Perfect.
Goes back and then almost looks like he doesn't get a good grip on it. Boy, Nash does a good job of coming out and scooping it.
Now 2 outs. Kari Yastrzemski with 9 triples for 1960 Minneapolis, then a minor league team. And he had 9 as well in 1964 for the Red Sox, and his grandson about to catch up with his gramps. Mike, an outstanding player at Vanderbilt.
We'll have to get our research department to see how many that Pete Rose hit one year in the Florida State League. I think it's some obscene number of 20 to 30 or something.
I also love the story about Shoeless Joe Jackson at MILB.com. And his 3 great nephew, who's also named Joe. 394 average in 17 games with Hickory, which is part of the Rangers organization, so he may be in Frisco before long. Good pitch to Smolinski.
Boy, a lot of historic games. We get a good look at it right here. This ball just eats him up.
Well, it's interesting because Jackson
Tried to
went
come
through
back with another one.
extended spring training just because of a pitch like that. They said he was having trouble with inside pitches, so he worked at tightening his swing. Joined his team in mid-May, and now he's crushing it. 2 bases loaded triples on Sunday.
Wow.
It takes after his great uncle.
If you're a defensive player, you love playing behind a guy like this who throws strikes, gets the ball, doesn't mess around. It's going to be around the plate, so you better be on your toes every pitch instead of somebody who's going to go 3-2 on every single hitter.
Keeps you on your toes. One strike away from a 1-2-3 inning.
Are you ready for this?
Ready.
1961, Florida State League, Pete Rose. How about 30 triples?
30.
30.
Wow. Great job by our research department.
All we got to do is feed them a Whataburger every now and then.
That's
They're
right.
in good shape.
Count is full.
30. Man. Well, he didn't stop. You know, he didn't.
No. Meyer, big throw.
Boy, plays
3
that
up, 3 down, nothing across for Frisco. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Rough Riders 5, Hooks 3. Minor League Baseball Game of the Week. CBS Sports Network. I don't know how he did it, but our producer AJ made arrangements for a blimp, and there's the shot we've been waiting for.
That is awesome, man. Well, when you're Game of the Week, you know, you expect
That's
to have
right.
the very best.
Speaking of which, join us next Thursday, June the 19th. We'll be in South Carolina for the Kannapolis Intimidators. The White Sox affiliate travel to Charleston to take on the River Dogs from the Yankee system. It is the Minor League Baseball Game of the Week, 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Hope you can join us. Of course, Kannapolis, longtime home of Dale Earnhardt. You know why they call them the Intimidators.
Big Phil Klein still in the game. Going to
Yep.
close it out. 6'7", 260. Ohio native.
But he starts by facing Kelvin Nash. He's already homered once tonight. Put a real charge into one back in the 3rd inning. Hooks fans who are still here hoping to see another one. Got to get that average up.
You know, you see a guy like this, and average is, he looks like his swing's good. His average isn't that good, but always expecting the upside, and you've heard that say a lot, the potential that's in there, hoping you can find that one thing that's going to turn it around.
Klein 6'7", 260. Born in Columbus, Ohio. Still lives in a Buckeye State. Attended Youngstown State. 30th round draft pick in 2011. Hoping to make his 10th straight scoreless appearance. Pulled the string. 1 out.
Now, there just wasn't any beating around the bush that time. He just said, I'm going to come right after him. I don't think that's exactly where he wanted to throw it, but he got the job done, and you can see he just beats Nash.
Yep. Klein picked up wins in 3 straight appearances back in April. Picked up his first save since 2012, first week of May, against these Hooks. Boy, it just makes it look effortless, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he is. He's that big and he can. But the good news is that he come in, since he has come in the game, he's just throwing strikes.
Delino DeShields Jr. trying to find his way on.
That comes back with a good breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. And he's thrown 5 pitches right now, and all of them for strikes. See if he tries to bust him up and in again or comes back with another breaking ball.
He's 0 for 3 tonight, a sac bunt. Off speed.
Ball comes out of his hand kind of funny. Probably because his hands are so big, you can't see it very well.
Frisco put up a crooked number back in the 6th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts to open the 9th. I'll tell you another reason the guys in the truck are happy. Their San Antonio Spurs are romping right now.
Tom is sitting there beating my shoulder off at the camera because he rah-rah. I don't know if it was because of Spurs or that Whataburger he ate.
Combination burger.
How you doing? Yeah, the Spurs are winning big, aren't they?
Yep. Ruben Sosa, 0 for 3, drew a walk, scored a run back in the 3rd. Represents Corpus Christi's last shot.
You got to get that one man on because then you got a shot. If you get that one guy on, then that 2-run homer ties it up.
84-63 in the 4th quarter.
My goodness.
How many miles are we here from San Antonio? Not many.
Hour and a half, right?
20? Oh, 120. You know, the legendary Duke Gonzalez, who ate the 3
Yeah.
Babe hot dogs, I'm told, was a big Spurs,
Big Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down to their last strike. Two balls, 2 strikes.
You see Talise that time. I mean, that's just pretty catching right there.
Yep. Working hard with nobody on base. You got to appreciate that.
That's right.
You're a teammate. Here's the 2-2. Did he?
Nope.
Nope.
Doesn't hurt to ask, though.
Never.
Begging's a little different, but asking doesn't hurt. I'm still so impressed with that flag that's been flying all night tonight.
It's huge. Literally and figuratively. 3-2.
Uh-oh.
Game over. He knew it. Big pitch by Klein and a comeback win for Frisco. Take another look at these 3 strikeouts. Impressive.
It is. He came in throwing strikes. I mean, 5 pitches. This one's going to be an up and in fastball out of the zone. He comes right back with a breaking ball. And then here with just a fastball on the inside part. 2 strikes, good location, and that's what you want your closer to do.
That'll do it from Corpus Christi, Texas. Final score, Frisco 5, Corpus Christi 3. We've had a great time here. We've enjoyed the eats. We've enjoyed the people. And we appreciate all the help from everybody we've gotten here.
Everybody, I mean, thank you to the cast, our crew, and everybody for a wonderful, wonderful couple of days.
And congratulations to all you Spurs fans here in the press box. Your team is romping. So on a warm summer night with the Harbor Bridge lit up in the background, Corpus Christi jumps out to an early lead, but the Frisco Rough Riders come all the way back, and now they'll wait to see what happens with Midland to see if they have clinched a playoff berth here in the Texas League. We've enjoyed our time here in AA baseball. We'll be in Single A next week, and we'll be back, we hope, very soon. Final score again, Frisco 5, Corpus Christi 3. For Doug Flynn, Lauren Gardner, our entire crew, I'm Dick Gabriel. Be sure to join us Thursday, June 19th. Charleston River Dogs playing host to the Kannapolis Intimidators, 7 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. That'll do it for now. Good night from Corpus Christi.